back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Wait, Taliesin, I don't understand why we have so many microphones. Did you request more microphones?
I did not. I actually may have requested.
Oh, what is this noise?
What's going on?
What's happening?
No. It's shaking. 1, 2, 3
no,
left.
no.
Oh, 1, 2, 3 right. Oh,
no, sorry. Wait, I have this right here.
Well, that's amazing that you happen
Who's
to have
out
that.
here? Who's
over
out
there.
Here? Oh, no.
Wait.
Oh,
What do you see?
I don't see anything.
Oh, here, let me see nothing.
Oh, wait, maybe I do.
Okay.
Do you?
Oh, God, there's so much nothing coming. Wait, what?
Prepare to be boarded.
We're gonna be boarded.
Apparently.
We're gonna be. Our spaceship is gonna be boarded.
Are we on a spaceship?
Whoa!
Whoa! Wow.
Whoa! What in the world? What in the weird world?
Something
surprise,
weird
right?
is going on.
Dude, people teleported onto our imaginary spaceship.
Oh my gosh.
And
This is
normally,
the
like,
coolest.
teleportation technology doesn't even exist in the MIDST cosmos, but
This is true.
we have special powers here.
But we're in your cosmos now.
Well,
Yes,
apparently
when you've
now-
entered the weird cosmos,
The weird cosmos.
the abilities that you have are quite different. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We are sitting here with the fantastic third person. Well, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah.
Whoa, sure.
Where do we
We're weird.
start?
We're a weird person.
Weird person.
Well, we are now.
Weird person.
Yes.
We
But
are.
we're
Complete one.
third person.
That's right. We make MIDST and UNEND and Moonward and MIDST comics and MIDST things. I'm
All the
Zen.
things.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched MIDST or UNEND or read any of the comics, just stop watching this.
Just do it.
And
What's
then go
wrong?
do that
Yeah, no,
because
just
it's
do
amazing.
it. It's
It's
fine.
the sci-fi fantasy of your dreams, of
Yeah.
my dreams, and I can't wait to get into it.
It's quite weird. You might enjoy it if you enjoy weird
It is
things.
weird.
That is absolutely
Fans
true.
of weirdness may find it weird.
I like that third
Yes.
person's talking to the fourth wall right now, too. It's
We're already
Well,
breaking
you already
the
break
fourth
the
wall.
fourth
Yeah,
wall.
that's right.
Yeah.
We're-
Part of the-
Should we be? Which wall should we,
We
be?
need. Well, we
Talking
only
this
have
one?
2 walls technically,
Yeah.
so.
What's interesting
What
is
beautiful
there's
walls
lots of
they
walls here.
are.
Thank
Yes,
you.
you know?
Visit facility.
So
This
fantastic in
wallpaper,
here.
by the way,
Oh, yes.
was a Taliesin find.
Was that? I mean, yeah, we had to go through a whole thing.
That's
and
true.
finally-
We were sitting in the back of a van, driving to
Going,
an airport of
no.
some sort.
No.
He found it,
Wow.
and it's great.
I love
It's so
wallpaper.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
fan.
it's simply magical.
Well, thanks.
It's one of the weirder but more wonderful lounges that we've beamed into in recent memory.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but
Believe
you
me,
know,
we've beamed into a few.
Yes, you have. You've been to many. So, may I ask? This is I kind of want to go way back in time here now.
Oh.
Okay.
How did you all meet? May I ask this question?
You may.
Or are there if there are things you don't want to talk about?
Well, we'll just be
Then we just-
elusive as we
we'll
often
just
Sit
be
are.
in sullen silence if that's
Catty
the
and
case.
cagey.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're.
Or how did you?
I'm a fan
so,
of creative friendships. Like we're.
Me
like,
too.
Yeah.
But like, how did you come to the place of where you're like, let's create something together?
Yeah. Well, we all met in college and just very quickly like clocked each other as kind of having
Weird.
interesting brains
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
could
Using
play
weird,
with
let's
in
be
the same
pals.
space. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were originally in a creative writing class in college, and we were the ones, the three of us, who were writing genre fiction.
Yes.
Yes.
We did like sci-fi and fantasy stories while everybody else was doing literary fiction.
Yes.
And so
No way.
It was great.
It was good.
Like good literary fiction for sure. But
But we sort of saw
you
each
guys
other.
went more towards
we were
the
like,
fantasy
we
realm.
should hang out.
Yeah, or ghost stories. Or Matt wrote a really terrifying story that I'll never forget about a zombie moose.
Oh,
That had this
yes.
one line in it that that likened the sound of the moose's neck
Bony
cracking
neck.
to one of those rubber bath mats being pulled up off the ground. Isn't that an evocative
very
detail?
tactile sound.
is.
And
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so glad that
Oh,
stuck
yeah.
with you.
Extremely memorable. So we were
I
all
feel
writing.
like I will never not think of that now whenever I do that.
Whenever you
great.
encounter a
That's
zombie
good.
moose.
I'm more
When I
afraid
am.
of moose than
This
zombies,
idea.
but I will say the combination is pretty terrible.
Moose are pretty scary.
Moose eye.
Moose eye.
Sorry, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And large. Yeah, they're spooky animals.
Spooky
I went to an
animals.
anime convention in Alaska specifically because I asked, "Will there be moose?" and they said yes, and that was the only. That was really.
And
We're
we're
like,
there.
sure, I'll go.
yeah.
At the convention, or
I mean,
just around?
they didn't
Was
have
it
a
a convention
badge.
for
Hello,
you?
big fan. Are you going to tell them that they need a badge? I'm not going to. They were by a coffee. They were walking by a coffee shop.
Did one of them say that you were in their favorite anime?
I wish, but they were so tall. I don't even think they know. They are dinosaurs.
Humongous.
They're so
They're
big.
tremendous.
Monumental guys.
Yeah, I felt lower on the food chain.
Yeah.
And they would be scary as a zombie coming
They were.
after you.
And it
with
was.
guns.
It was a memorably scary
Yeah,
story,
very
memorable
scary.
enough that we said, hey, you want to be pals and do more weird stuff?
Yeah.
So
we
did you have to read it out loud? Each of your stories? Or did
No.
you
Not
pass them around?
Not always.
But it was something that we, had the chance to
Yeah.
proofread or critique. And I
Everybody
didn't really
in the
have anything
class-
to say except sick.
Yeah, you're like, that's amazing. Be my friend.
What's next? Be pals? Yeah, but we met through that class at college and then started playing lots of role-playing games together because we all discovered we liked that stuff.
Cool.
And have been friends since then for years and been
Yeah.
playing lots of games.
And then after college, you kind of have to get more intentional about doing things with friends on a schedule,
Absolutely.
perhaps weekly. You might
Yeah.
know something about this. I don't know. And we just wanted to. We were very loose about it. We just wanted to have a project that we were working on together. We came up with a world. The idea of it being a podcast eventually emerged, but it wasn't like straight out the gate, let's make a podcast. It was just, let's play around, dump all of our favorite ingredients in the cauldron and see what it makes.
I feel when like you come from creative that podcast should never be the beginning of the plan. It should be the end of it because otherwise you're just shooting. I feel like you're not paying attention to the labyrinth. You're just trying to just hop to the end.
Yeah. The goal was to explore an interesting setting and tell a story, and what exact form that takes was less important to us.
I actually have a question.
Go for it.
By all means.
Well, always they haunt my dreams. They really do. There's a Zim episode of the Moose, like a room with a moose, where like that's the dimension they're heading to in a school bus, and it's like the most horrifying thing ever.
A Zim episode?
Yeah, Invader Zim.
Oh,
yeah. There's one on the school bus where they're heading
remember
towards
this
a room
one.
with them, and the moose is just eating nuts, and it's awful. They scream. But no, I've been thinking about like long-term friendships are hard to like. I watch a lot of my friends from like various walks of life, and especially newer friends, and they do not have long-term friendships necessarily. Do you do you think it's the creative partnerships? Like I've been trying to is that what maintains? Is that what's kind of maintained this, or do you think you would have held together even if you weren't while working together?
I like to think
absolutely.
that we would have.
Yeah.
I don't think like a partnership is necessarily required, but you got to have shared hobbies at least, whether or not you're making content out of it.
Or
is,
art,
your
I
own
will
decision.
say art.
Art, yes.
Yeah. And I mean, originally MIDST was a role-playing game. It was the entire cosmos of MIDST was created as a setting because we were coming up with a game for ourselves. It was the concept being a role-playing game that we simultaneously GM and play. So all three of us were game masters and players. Wow. And that style has translated into MIDST being the way that it is as a podcast, where we are both playing the characters and running the game.
So were you actually playing the game?
Yes,
or-
MIDST was originally
there were
a
few
tabletop
sessions,
game.
but once we got a certain distance into it, we started to realize, like, hey, this is pretty cool. Looking around the empty room, like, should we let anyone else hear this?
And was it just the three of you? Or did you have...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always just been the three of us doing MIDST.
Yeah, and Zen's always been a talented sound editor, composer, so doing something with sound was kind of a no-brainer. It was like the most accessible route to us.
On ramp
Yeah.
to that, like, and a very like or how am I trying to say, like a accessible form of storytelling through podcasting. Like it's a very like all you really need is a microphone, and anything on top of that is sort of just
extra.
ornamentation. And
Yeah.
I don't know what.
What are you possibly talking about?
Yeah, we wouldn't know anything
No,
about that.
no.
Yeah.
What I find so impressive about what you all do is because okay, I want to know the process of how you do an episode. So is it are you talking about, okay, here's where we're going to go with it? Do you have like a rough outline and then you just record?
Kind of. Yeah.
And then but you're making it up as you go.
So,
But I don't know how the way you guys
This is literally what we do.
No, I know.
It's
But
relatively
what you,
similar.
What you all do is different to me in the way that you are including music into the mix. You are it's much more it is narrative, but also like it's almost like you're hearing a book or like how you guys sound smart. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Wait, do they
How
sound
you-
smart or they sound smart?
Yes.
Okay.
And
what's the difference?
I don't know.
You're smart. You
know
are
if I'm
smart
smart
in
enough to know.
sound rather than that you
Yeah, well,
sound
yes,
smart vocally.
both.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the intellectual
Yeah.
idea of how
Yeah.
sound works.
Yeah.
Well, to go back to the role playing comparison, MIDST is created and recorded in a way that's not very dissimilar from running a TTRPG or playing D&D, except that we're all the dungeon masters. So like any dungeon master, you're sitting down with yourself solo as a DM
Yeah.
or as a group of 3 DMs and we discuss, what is this session going to be about? What kind of stuff could happen? So we come up with a cool session, which we sort of outline.
Okay.
But then we also play the session, also sort of knowing what could happen. But as players, we don't know everything that's going to happen. And a lot of the recording of original MIDST especially, like D&D, is completely improvised in the moment. You may have ideas around where you want to go with stuff, or as a DM, certain story beats are probably going to happen, like this guy's probably going to die, or we need to get here by the end of the session in order to keep the story going. But the actual performance of it, like D&D, is just, we don't know what we're going to say. The characters...
We do script sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I always feel the need to emphasize this because I don't want people to think I'm a better improviser than I am. Like, that's one of the tools we use. But there are many times where even if we think we have something completely planned out, we know exactly how we want it to go, like right before recording, we'll be like, hey, what if this happened instead? And there have been major story beats that were decided that way.
Cool.
What happened to the rules out of curiosity?
What rules?
Like
What rules?
back in the old RPG, like
Never
There
had
weren't
them.
any.
it was just a series of like
sort of
how
like
to
our
speak to each other.
So our
Honestly, though, I would say it is not dissimilar to a type of language, the same way that Dungeons and Dragons is a language. Like you know the rules, you know the mechanisms to progress play, to decide an outcome of some kind. Really, it's just sort of a style of having talked to each other for decades now, to be able to know and anticipate, like, oh, this is something that will get a cool emotional response out of one of my pals or something, to then know, these are maybe some of the threads that we can kind of pull together to weave that particular story that we're
It
going
feels
for.
like a more intentional, exquisite corpse kind of vibe is what I'm getting from that. That's really
But we
trying to
know
find the
each
game.
other's strengths and what we enjoy doing at this point. So like there's this one super gravelly voice that Matt can do that neither of us can quite do. So when we need like a super dramatic end button on an episode, we're like, oh, Matt, can you do the thing? Can you do the utterly doomed MIDST voice? Yeah.
Utterly dude.
Not warmed up. It's fine.
This is an impressive level of intimacy. I don't know. I'm kind of like blown away.
Yeah.
Well, like when you've got a long-term close group of pals playing D&D, you also start to become aware of being part of the story. I mean, you are more than conventional players in that you're also incredibly attuned to seeing the story happening around you, and you're all working together to move toward these great moments because you can all feel them coming. And you know
You're making room for scenes.
Yeah, because you're all enjoying the momentum of the story, and you're finding openings and realizing, oh, we all know that because this is going to be amazing. Like, let's go there because of that feeling.
Yeah.
It's more than just, well, my character would do this, but that would not be the most cinematic, dramatic narrative experience. So you're following the narrative together. But yeah, our YouTube series Moonward that we played with Marisha and Liam,
So cool.
that is an example of the way that the original MIDST game was played. So if you've watched Moonward, you've seen how
Okay.
No
original
dice, all vibes.
I love the
okay.
idea of like one of those mini games that's just a paragraph. Like, like the one page, bear like honey heist, except this is the one paragraph. Make some shit up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if
that's-
this happened?
Yeah, it's just a narrative storytelling improv experience. You listen to each other, you see the open doorways, you go for them together, you watch each other maneuvering towards these great story moments, and you just do it together.
You intentionally put your character in difficult, challenging, compromising situations.
Find ways out.
Yeah.
There was Moonward again.
Yeah.
Go watch Moonward. It's so good. That was the first time that I saw what you guys did. Because listening to it is one thing, but I don't know. At the time, I don't think I fully realized that you were playing live music. And I was texting Marisha during the game because, we have like our interlinks of being able to watch them live.
Eye in the sky.
And the eye in the sky. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is so cool. And Marisha was like, I know, I'm telling everybody it's amazing. And I'm just so blown away by what you all do.
Thank you.
It's just
it was fun.
so cool.
Moonward was a very special experience. It was really, really cool to play. It was a live game with Liam and Marisha in a chamber surrounded by billowing fog.
Yeah.
And being
Very
in
Marisha.
close proximity
Yeah.
to their powers of acting and improvisation,
Just
and seeing
having
them,
extra
and just seeing them like drop straight into super dramatic characters and moments. Like, I was like, I gotta hold it together. I've got a character to be too. I can't just be like this the whole time.
Oh my God.
I feel like I want to try this privately when, like, at least once to just kind of
Me
like.
too.
Yeah,
That's
not
what I-
necessarily on for.
Yes.
We'll run you a small MIDST game.
Yes, just a small MIDST game. I would
Small secret MIDST
Yeah.
game.
I feel like I would be very nervous
Oh, I'd be freaking
to
out.
sit at a table with the three of you.
Oh.
How you've like honed your skill together of how you guys tell a story is
I love
Well,
that.
we
I
felt
think
so
quietly
incredible.
they're sitting here feeling the same thing, which
Yeah.
really worries me because we are so like clusterfuck.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you know we can hear you right now?
Yeah.
Did they know that we're here?
I saw that. I saw
saying
that
out loud.
happening of like. Like,
No, I mean, we felt the same way. You know, for me to be the game master, the guide narrator of Moonward, with Marisha and Liam staring at me, and of course everyone is so accommodating and great, and the give and take, and everyone listens to each other well. It made it very easy and it was very comfortable. I was surprised by how chill and fun.
Yeah.
And
They were chill and fun?
effortless.
Wow,
We were chill and fun.
no, I mean
Yeah.
they are usually really difficult to deal with.
Oh, I thought so. Big handful. Now, especially some of our super, super dramatic scenes, specifically with Liam, who obviously enjoys super drama.
Yes, he's Mr. Theater.
So getting
He was the perfect
into
person to sort of put
Yeah.
into the mix.
Yeah,
The
getting-
way
They were not to role play.
hit the lights, so
Yes.
it was just
Yeah.
him and
We-
just you, and you
Liam-
were talking to each other, and
Yeah.
we were all just wrapped.
no
watching.
major
I know.
Moonward spoilers, but there were some dramatic moments with Liam that were
Beautiful.
We love you, Liam.
stunning, so fun.
I know. I keep wanting to. Did you ever do that in college? Of like bringing was this a thing you ever showed to people like outside of
Games?
like this game in particular to like and to ever like in a theater in college or to like and bring anybody else? Or was this just the safe space?
I've made a pretty big point throughout my life of trying to bring more people into this style of gaming, because most people that we know, many people are mostly familiar with this type of gaming through D&D or other systematized formats. I, for my whole life, as part of my show and tell today, will be telling you more about specifically sort of systemless gaming.
Natural segue. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it is.
Systemless gaming, and like throughout college and since then, we've done a lot to try to play more kind of narrative and systemless games with lots of people over time. So
And Zen's style of running games was actually my first experience with RPGs. Like I had never played D&D. I played a game that Zen ran for me first, and then came to D&D.
What did you, were you like, what is this? I love it.
I was like, I should marry this person.
and then she did.
They did.
You're like, wait a minute, this
yeah.
is so amazing.
It's a great wooing technique.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We play. Sarah and I
few,
play a lot of games together. Both just the two of us together, one-on-one, and with other groups. And it's games are cool.
Oh, well, the two of you will?
Yeah.
We do.
What?
We always have.
I'm spoiled.
Oh my God.
This reminds me a lot. I've just been learning about like European LARP, and this reminds me very much.
Nordic
This reminds me very much of like what like
so
tabletop
bad.
Nordic LARPing.
Yeah.
What is this?
I'll show you when a friend sent me a tiny one just for two people. So
Yeah,
like
the shortest, most famous example I know of Nordic LARPing is like super immersive theater level improv role playing. The most famous example I know of is some game decade or more ago now where there was an entire group of players who like, this is not a joke, they like rented a submarine, like a historic submarine or a battleship or something. And they were all historic characters, like deeply in character all day and all night, living aboard this ship, role-playing this dramatic narrative for multiple days, continuously in character. It's a style
that
of like
because I've been
sounds
learning a lot.
so fun.
They'll
super,
like rent out castles.
Oh, yeah.
You wear costumes
Very
the
involved.
whole time.
yeah, like super high level LARP.
Kind of mega.
So it's
like,
LARPing at the
method
top level.
acting
Yeah,
almost,
and they
like,
tend
it's
to be
very
much
fun.
more about social, subtle interactions. I don't think there's any like combat or like keeping track
It
of
depends on the ones. There's a bit of that, but from what I'm an expert now. I've been learning for weeks, months, even maybe a few months. there are like from what I've gleaned, it's a lot of mostly it's just rules for keeping everyone emotionally safe and making rules of like where are the lines in ways that I wish we had for some. Like I feel like I'm learning so much about good safety.
It's fun. I've never done it, but I would love to.
I'm looking
next
forward
time.
to my
Next time we rent a submarine.
Next time.
Yeah.
I think I got a friend with one. We'll see what we can do.
Great.
Wherever you're getting all your unique items from, I'm sure one of them has a submarine.
Yes, I'm sure we could find
I
some.
know a lot of reenactors. They get weird.
Yeah. But Systemless games are very cool. It's my preferred cup of tea.
So what do you mean? Break it down for someone who doesn't know, like what a systemless game would be.
You already know what it is. Having watched Critical Role, I promise you already know what it is.
It is play. It is a kind of like goofing around and exploration in a sandbox, and the sandbox is just maybe some elements that you've all kind of collectively agreed, like the tone of this story is a heroic adventure where we're all moving towards sort of this grand goal at the end, and you make it happen. Like it is, you want to play pretend at the playground, like that's kind of
The grown-up
just
version
the grown-up version of that.
There's
Like,
been
you are
numerous
learning-
sessions where you don't. Sorry to interrupt. You don't roll. There's not a single roll for the entire session. That's true. It's all
just pure-
conversation. It does require that you have a lot of trust and familiarity with the people that you're playing, because I guess that takes the place of a system in a sense.
Okay.
So you are just. Yeah, it's just make-believe.
Yeah, it's like the earliest form of make-believe that we all start out with as kids, before we learn about published rule sets and stuff.
But still a way to explore like big themes that you're dealing with in real life, or figuring out a challenging situation. Maybe you have a character who lets you explore a difficult, side of reality in some way, and have that safety of this like contained sandbox where they're experiencing the grim whatever fake reality that character is going through, but you can take that back and use that in your own life.
I hadn't thought of like that. I feel like that's literally what I used to do with action figures.
Yes.
Like even by myself is like have weird social and occasionally physical confrontations, but like there was a lot of setup.
Tribunals, like
Yes,
they're all gathered together.
No, there was often there were like war conferences all the time where like have the 2 ones, and then they would come out, and then that would only be
Just
when
have a discussion.
only after that would the dental floss and like the flying down ropes happen.
Oh yes,
Dental floss.
yes.
This is so. There's so many questions I have for you all. I feel like we could do such a long episode. I know. I want to hear. I want to. Yes. So we decided to do a show and tell because I feel like a lot of the people that are that work in Critical Role, we're all very strange and weird, and. Not to brag, but you all were really at the top of the list
thank you.
Strange and
That's
weird,
very
because we
kind.
knew you would have fun things.
I'm glad to be considered among the more weird.
That's
Yes.
very flattering.
For
You must know some
for once it
weird
was the first
people.
call.
I mean, well,
These are the weirdest people we know. Let's get them.
that was
I like-
not a good.
No, it's great.
I'm
It's
learning
fun.
how to do this.
You're doing so good.
Well, we're veteran
you-
podcasters, and we can assure
Okay.
you
We
you're doing
podcast
wonderful.
all the time.
Yeah.
In our own way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we start
Yeah,
with
no, you
Zen
said-
for
brought
some
some-
show and tell?
We brought some unique items.
Oh, I'm so
and
excited.
we flipped a 3-sided coin and have determined that it is I who will go first for the show and tell
Excellent.
today.
Love a 3-sided
Followed by
coin.
Matt
They're
and then by
very
Sarah.
rare.
Very, very rare. Yeah. Very rare.
But yeah, we've all brought stuff that helps illustrate what makes us weird in our ways. And I'll get started by revealing
Yes, I'm excited.
my mystic trove.
This was always my favorite thing in fourth grade.
I have brought a strange. This is actually a box, but it's disguised as a corpse book, and it is full of the items that I will be sharing
What does it say on the
today.
Something Maury. What
It
is
says,
Is it Memento? No, it's
Something Regus Mundi,
Regus. Is that?
but it is a
The episode
chest,
will not proceed unless
Yeah,
you
no,
can
I'm-
translate this puzzle.
Should we look it up?
a chest of items. But I
This is not
invite
Maury,
you
which I know
to
what
open
that
the chest and extract
Look at
items,
this
and then we will talk about them.
beautiful
Yeah.
box.
Please,
Okay,
please
shall we
take it
open
away.
it?
Crack it open.
I know what that is.
Treasure in here.
So first things first.
oh my God.
The theme of my show and tell is that I was, of course, a weird kid and continue to be a weird kid. But this is a show and tell of things that made me weird as a kid and which inform the weird kid that I still am.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
This is the point of the whole podcast that we've been
Yeah,
doing.
so this is stuff that made me weird
I don't know
when
what
I
that
was
is.
little, but continue to make me weird today. And
You want to turn it?
Look at
no,
I will present to
at
you.
that.
We can use the
First-
book to
first
kinda,
things
like, prop it
first.
up.
We have a little that's me as a weird
What a
kid,
pal.
little guy.
Your smile is
You are
the smile of
stoked.
like you can no longer continue.
So-
Look
to
at
smile,
everything
just
in the
left
back.
your
Look at
your
all
body.
this, though.
So the story here is that I was a weird kid who liked weird sound and audio stuff, which I still do.
You're
This is me
in that
doing
picture.
something bizarre with tapes, and you can barely see at the corners of my mouth. I've used a red Sharpie to draw vampire fangs.
Oh my
on
God.
my face.
Wait, I gotta get a
I
close
know,
up.
like,
Look at this.
where's my glasses?
I
They're
love
here.
this
I can't
picture
see
of
anything.
Yeah, so that's my essential weird kid. That's me.
Captures your soul.
It really is something. I love the VHS
Oh God!
cabinet.
It looks like you've been like devouring a
You
tremendous
just sucked the
terrier.
blood out of a
Yes.
cassette tape.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
VHS CD
I did.
cassettes.
How old are you here?
Oh, probably 5, 6.
Yeah, that looks
That's
about right.
delightful.
At that age. But yeah, my weird kid life
what a
began with
buddy.
an enjoyment of weird sound stuff. I grew up with listening to old radio theater like Gunsmoke and
Cool.
retro radio dramas and stuff like that, which obviously informed doing that kind of stuff now.
Was this something that your parents were into that was just on in your house, or you just had your own thing?
I think they, through some other relatives, had like cassette collections of Gunsmoke and other shows of that kind, and they gave them to me to listen to. It was fun for kids.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I didn't know they were retro. Like nobody explained to me like this is content from many decades ago. I just thought this is
Oh.
contemporary media.
Wow.
This is normal. No, I just thought this was what
what
kids.
all the
This is
youth are
what kids
listening
listen
to.
to.
Yeah.
This was before rural electrification.
Exactly.
Wow.
But listening to and playing with weird tape cassettes, and I used to have I still do have a little mini cassette recorder that I'd run around making radio theater with, and doing like sound effects, banging doors open and shut, and footsteps and bodies falling, and sometimes my mom and dad would do guest voices and yell and voice act, and there was a old tape that's long gone, a radio play called "The Attack of the Killer Bagpipes," which I made when I was like 7.
Oh my!
And that
Great
was
title.
my first audio podcast.
Wow.
Do you remember why bagpipes? Like what?
Yeah,
No.
what that was
Was
about?
it just access to bagpipes, or was it because they're hilarious?
I think I had recently seen the famous B-horror Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Sure, classic.
Okay.
yeah.
And that changed me as a
Oh, I
person,
mean,
Love
as
it.
it would.
That's
Anything
Killer
can
Clowns from
attack.
Outer Space
Yeah.
did things to a whole generation.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But yeah, just sort of cool, weird sound stuff has always been part of my weird kid life. But other things I brought to share with you. Select an item of your choice next, and we'll see where it takes us. What's
Okay,
catching
wait.
your eye?
I gotta see this. What
do
this
it.
CD is.
Yeah, I
Oh,
knew-
there's
I
2
knew you
CDs. All right, so we have a CD here.
So tell me what let's take a look
So
at it
we're
on
looking
camera
at
as well.
I
it
love
says
this as like a little thing so we can.
Thief, the Dark Project.
Thief: The Dark Project is was my favorite game as a kid.
Was.
It's a PC game. Still is. Continues to be. This is
I
my
saw
favorite.
something on the back.
That's something
that
I
many
rec-
people
I
will
recognize.
You recognize that?
MIDST.
Are you enjoyers of MIDST?
See, I don't think I ever played MIDST.
Yeah?
Which I know of it, but my brother and sister played it who are older. They played it, and I would watch them play it.
There's a very broken
But-
version on VR right now. If you feel
I know. I kind of want to do, which I feel like we've
amazing,
talked
yeah.
about. So Thief, though.
Yeah, so Thief is a game that changed my life. I played this when it first came out, I think in 1998. It's a first-person dark fantasy stealth game. You are a thief in a freaky nightmare-like techno-medieval city, and you go by night in the dark streets of this nameless city, infiltrating lavish manor houses of just corrupt and insane individuals. It's a big inspiration for the Dishonored series. Many of the original developers of Thief went on to work on Dishonored.
Whoa.
But
Wait, can we pull up any footage from it?
You probably
Just
can.
to see what it looks like?
Oh wow!
Wow. Industrial rock
Yeah.
music. Wow, look at this loading screen.
Yeah, it had an insane like breakbeat techno industrial rock soundtrack.
And I feel like late
well,
90s
this
they
is
were into that
The
green
beautiful,
font.
beautiful atmospheric, artistic cutscenes. The gameplay's super freaky and crazy and stealthy and moody.
There we go.
You know, bodies and
Oh,
combat,
I would have
shadows.
been all about this game.
But it was also my first foray into doing voice acting of any, like in a recorded way, because I was trying to do voices for my content, and that's where it all started for me. Is trying to make weird sound and music and do voices for Thief stuff, and that's what led to doing voices and music for podcasts and audio and
Wow.
and MIDST, of course.
And
MIDST.
is just atmospheric and weird and strange and full of.
And there's something about the name that just really resonates with me.
I understand. There's something
I haven't-
with it that sounds really.
The creator just did a new game. I haven't played it yet, but apparently was like kickstarted and finally.
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't,
yeah.
Yeah,
actually
Cyan
haven't.
Worlds has done a bunch of other.
They're
games.
still at it, yeah.
But like
love how you
that
said
game, you need a journal. Like it forced you to write things.
I love games that make you take notes, like physical notes and like little diagrams.
So hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
Play it.
Anyway, Thief is wonderful. I like to talk about Thief all the time. In fact, I could talk about nothing but Thief, but I do have a few other things to
Yeah,
share.
no, we-
Okay.
Let's
see
actually
what
go to
else.
this next one here. We'll get back to this one in a sec as we move along. This item, which I'll show to the cameras first.
Whoa.
What? Oh.
Whoa, what is
So you were
this?
you were asking about systemless gaming. When I was like 10 years old, this is the first piece of art I ever made using Photoshop.
Wait, you made this?
Wow.
So I made this when I was 10, and this
When you were 10?
this is the hero art for the first systemless role-playing game. For like 10 years, my cousin and I did a systemless narrative sort of fantasy game, which was just called The Made Up Land. And for like 10
Cool.
years, we
Made Up
would
Land.
my cousin would come to visit, and we would run around the yard outside, basically Nordic LARPing, just building
You
this
made
fantasy.
a story, a fantasy world.
Yeah, it was sort of my Exandria. It was my world, and it was my childhood fun game world, and it was the first one. And this was the like cover art for it, with weird
It's so
adventure,
moody.
and guys
So
leaping.
Trying to like place because it does harken to a bunch
Yeah,
of
check it out.
interesting things, but
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little like steampunk.
It is steampunk. We got a
it's
top hat over
French
here.
and
We got
Gothic. It's
Kind of.
also got a gaslight kind of vibes
Yeah.
and a little like.
But it was fun.
Feels
This
very
is
European.
Yeah, this was the first systemless game. We went for a long time. My cousin and I were the only
so
players.
over the course of 10 years.
Yeah, we were both just little
honed
kids.
your craft.
Yeah.
We were
I-
both like practically in high school when it stopped.
I love this.
Oh
the
my
Shadow Puppet
God.
vibe is very.
But it was
I love-
beautiful. It was really fun. It led the way for my own love of running games in this way, and
This
it sort of
is
kicked it off.
So cool.
We've been doing lots of systemless games and lots of fun stuff ever since. But that's where it started as a weird kid.
God.
So you feel like that was this the first sort of game you ran?
That was the first
I mean, probably as
serious,
like, a little kid, you-
long. Well, as like a little kid, there were tons of miscellaneous things, but as like a long, ongoing campaign style thing. That was it for me, and that launched all the other things that I did in the future and wanted to do, and it was the systemless thing.
Is that a top hat and a fencing foil?
I think so.
Sure looks like it.
Yeah.
And I like this guy over here has got his briefcase.
Yeah.
And
He's
a
like, "I'm
walking
fucking leaving
stick.
work."
I'm out.
And he's losing his top hat.
Yeah.
He's going to land without a top hat and be hatless, and it's going to be quite
Yeah.
rude.
Yes.
But yeah,
That is so. What was it called again?
it was just called. My cousin named it, and he named it The Made Up Land.
the Made Up
The Land, for short.
Yeah, he'd come to visit me. Can we play The Made Up Land?
Oh man, how fun!
And then we would. Shout out to Eli. Eli is the best.
Eli.
Eli was the player of The Made Up Land, and I was sort of the DM.
Name. Oh,
The
it's
Made
such
Up
a
Land.
good name. I
Yeah,
know.
that's all. It's
Love
just
it.
The Made Up Land.
Yeah.
Don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it was fun. We went on many adventures for many years. Eli loved it. I loved it. It was great. Games are fun.
Games are fun.
Just fun
You
stuff.
heard it here first.
Yeah. yeah. And we'll wind down with a couple more weird audio things.
Yeah, these look fun.
We'll get to this in a sec, but
Okay.
God, I-
first, let's go to a fun device. People have been asking about this, and I've caved to peer pressure.
Oh,
In our MIDST production of Moonward, I used a unusual synthesizer, which people have asked a lot of questions about.
You were mentioning this
And
earlier.
the weird synthesizer is here. And we're going to share it just because it's fun. And it's one of the weird audio things that I like because I like weird audio stuff.
Cool.
So it is my pleasure to share with you.
Man. I was hoping you were going to bring something that
It
was
is my pleasure to
somehow.
share with you.
Yes.
The Glide.
I just have to toot my own horn because I got this as a birthday present for Zen.
So this is all you.
And it was the
It's gonna
best
be known.
present.
It's fantastic.
Ever.
Let's see if
Yeah.
it's still working right now. But this is it's a synthesizer instrument.
What? I don't understand how this is happening.
Neither do I. It's black magic.
There's clearly an intern in the corner with a Casio SK1 making all of this happen.
Shit, hide!
Yeah.
He's on to you!
Sorry.
Wait. So for anybody who's not watching, Zen is holding two.
They look like Wiimotes.
They look like
kind of.
Wiimotes and is just
Connected by a
moving them
very thick
around.
cord.
It's kind of like a what's the
Theremin.
Theremin.
Sort of.
Is it kind of?
Yeah,
It is a little bit like a theremin. It is a little
that it's a
bit.
theremin because it sounds that way.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like a theremin.
Yeah, pass
Yeah.
it on.
So just a quick piece of context.
Yes.
This is a MIDI controller, so I can control any synthesizer with it. So any type of sound we want to create can be
You can put
controlled
it
with
in there.
this.
Whoa.
We use it for Moonward. I use it for UNEND music as well. But I'm going to let you both try it out because it's fun.
Also, the music and all of it, just go listen to it.
Yeah.
I just started on end and
Speaking
I'm
of
not
peer
through.
pressure.
I mean, also, season 2 is coming out very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
let's
right.
put
In
that
about
out
a
there.
month's
It's coming out in a month.
time.
Yes.
Hold on to your
So
butts.
you have
It's
time
gonna
to
be
catch
good.
up with season 1.
So for the audio listeners who enjoy the podcast audio format, which
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
We love you. You know we do.
Yes, we do.
I'm holding what basically looks like a Wiimote. And sort of theremin-like, if you wave it around with your hands and use some buttons to control it, it can create and slide between different notes.
And it's sensitive to
So it's motion control.
acceleration
And you can do vibrato with other hand movements. And there are even more insane number of controls that we don't have time for, including like volume. So you can like twist and rotate it like a motorcycle throttle and all kinds of crazy things that we can't even get into. But quick tutorial for you as you sample it briefly before we move on. You select notes with the left hand. You select
It's like 3 buttons on
That's
the,
right.
on the
Sort of like playing a
dial
trumpet.
remote.
You have a relatively small number of buttons, but which in different combinations create different notes. And then with the right hand,
You will be graded.
almost like striking a drumstick, if you select a note and then strike.
So that's what plays it?
Yeah, so you strike notes. You select the note with this hand. Strike to change notes with the right hand. And if you slide back and forth.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
god.
cool?
So it's
This
tricky and
is
it takes
cool.
practice, but just
Oh,
give it a
I'm
rip.
sure.
So select a note with your left hand and then strike with the right hand as though you're hitting
Do I
a
have to press
drumstick.
anything with the right?
You don't have to. You can. Just sort of strike it like you're hitting like a drumstick. Yeah, you're doing great.
I just tried it and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So like you're hitting
Why
with a
am I not
drumstick.
making
Snap.
this work?
Snap, use the wrist.
Give it a.
There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, and you can kind of wiggle it to get vibrato. Yeah. Whoa.
It sounded much better when you did it, but this is so
Well, it took
fun.
me like months to practice it right.
And this particular synth has a little bit of a delay to it, so like
A little bit, yeah.
it kind of sneaks in when you're least expecting it.
You can tilt your hand backwards and forwards to like bend between notes.
I gotta spend a little time in it.
It is.
That
It
is
is. It is
so
tricky.
cool.
So yeah. So select a note with your left hand and then strike like you're hitting a. Whoa. Yeah. So if
Very
you
nice.
tip your left hand backwards, yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
fun about it? It feels
Whoa. Weird.
it
I'm
feels
gonna go
weird.
dancing.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
as GMing a game, I feel like it adds to the movement with it.
God,
And
have you used this like while dancing? Like, do you go dancing with this thing?
No,
take it to
not
their
yet.
club.
Not yet.
Oh, I mean, like, okay, hold on.
I mean, you
Okay,
do
wait.
kind
take
of.
this one. I'll take this one for a second.
ready?
Yeah.
oh, we're playing.
Let's
Okay.
just do doubles.
What are these buttons?
Those change the octave that you're playing.
Got it. Okay.
So
wow.
high, low, medium.
So I'm gonna go lower.
Yeah.
So strike. Whoa. Yeah, and if you wiggle back and forth with yours, a little vibrato. Ooh.
How cool!
Very fun.
This sounds like a submarine has found something bad.
Yeah. It has a very underwater vibe right now.
Yeah, but there are many, 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 many countless hundreds of sounds you can create with it. This is just one brief example.
And what is this called again?
It is called the Glide.
The Glide.
Yeah, it's manufactured by a genius man named Keith Groover. He individually...
That's his real name.
That's his real name.
Gruber?
Groover. Shout out to Keith.
Wow.
I don't want to like steal your vibe by buying one, but now I'm kind of like I sort of this is a toy I need to own.
No, after you talked about dancing with it, like I want to see that now. So you should absolutely get one and
like at
go
a
make
rave?
that happen.
Well, I mean,
and
then, or like let a friend drop a beat and then dance to a beat and
just
use
like,
it to like put in.
it?
Yeah.
And for my final show and tell item, probably the culmination of all the weird...
Oh, good job.
Yeah, no,
good sound effect.
The culmination of all the weird stuff I'm doing these days. And again, people have been asking about this for a while, so I figured finally it's time to describe some of the music that I work on to this day. I do play in a death metal band called Nothingness.
Yes.
We have several albums out, including a third one that's forthcoming soon. Nothingness is a very fun band of music.
and if you can't read that name,
Yes.
then they're doing it
This is
right.
our second...
I was about to say, like, I know enough about this sort of band. To, like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't read.
not
Oh, you're
supposed to.
serious.
Yeah,
The band is called Nothingness. This is our second album, Superliminal. Wonderful experience. But yeah, death metal is cool. We perform in and around. The band is based in Minneapolis, and we perform there and go on tour occasionally. But
Looks like Mothras from where I was. That's cool.
Nothingness, outstanding experience. If
What?
you like fog and evil and menace and just nightmare. We all do.
A little death metal now and then really goes
Yes.
over well.
Absolutely. Nothingness is very fun, very cool, very scary.
What do you play in the band?
I have historically played the bass in the band.
Great.
Recently, due to my constant business with MIDST, I've stepped back to performing a lot of visual instruments. So I perform a live projection mapping experience.
Big fan.
But may play the bass again in the future or other instruments. We've got some new songs coming up that I also do play and make screaming noises for.
Nothingness.
Just part of that. But this is all to say that all this has led to lots of weird sound and music, including, solo music that I do, and I do experimental music on my own, and noise rock and weird, just things that involve fog and strange noises is part of my life.
Cool.
Growing up, were you more of a? Were you ever like a club kid, or were you more of like live music?
Well, it's funny you should ask, Taliesin.
Yeah.
I come
to.
from a family of classical musicians.
That does not. I know enough about this kind of
you know where
music
it's
to not be surprised.
You know where it's going, which is to say that I grew up with my family insisting that I should learn piano and classical piano, and I did, and that's why I now play death metal and noise music, and make mostly freaky and insane horror sounds, which is what happens
needed to branch out a
once
little
you've played
bit.
Furthest one too many times.
Well, and like I know a lot of
boring.
like punk musicians and metal musicians who do have that classical background, and like some of it they say occasionally is I like to know the rules so I can never ever
Yeah.
follow them.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I don't want to accidentally stumble into a rule.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The through line of my Weird Kids show and tell is mostly just sort of going on the adventure of systemless performance and play and music and sounds and creativity. I love weird improvisational sound, music, and storytelling and strange noises and I don't know, just things. The unexpected is kind of
Yes.
the theme of my.
I think I've mentioned this on the show before. This reminds me of one of my young acquaintances who this wonderful young person only collects one of their big musical collection is cassette tapes that don't have real labels.
Yeah, great.
And that's all they collect. They're really not interested in anything that was clearly from a store. It's just all local bands of the time and whatever mixtape someone decided to make. And God, there's so many treasures. Come on, I would like to
cool.
think that somewhere there is those bagpipes are
Yeah. Somewhere.
The bagpipes
living large.
attack on.
they're somewhere with two young people who live out of a van who are really enjoying it somewhere. Just that. I'm really excited. I love
would
that.
be nice.
It's so good.
I would miss a mixtape.
We love a little bit of weird, cool sound and music around these parts. It's a big part of
Heck yes.
MIDST being the way that it is because I can't resist. And we engineer many opportunities for weird sound and music and just strange bullshit. So it's fun. It's fun. It's good. Thank you very much for coming to my show and
Thank you
tell.
so much. What a fantastic
I
show and
appreciate it.
tell.
We've got more for you folks. Stay tuned.
Yes, we do.
Probably a little more. Maybe. Could
Got
be.
more in here?
I think it's your turn.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm really excited to see what you brought because I've seen like little.
Well, we can discuss. I was actually going to suggest I go last because after I go, it's going to smell in here.
Great.
Oh no, that's going to
Wouldn't
get.
it great?
Oh no, wait, no, wait.
I was going to say, now we definitely have our TikTok cut out right there.
No, I brought some perfume samples to share, and some of them are challenging. So if you want to like limit your exposure to something that you might not like, maybe I should go last.
We should do some dueling. I heard this rumor, and I am also like deep into smells.
Yes,
so
you
I
are.
also brought some
We both are.
dueling.
I know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, this was
You're in
And
your, yes.
Actually, the whole reason that I made a podcast and angled to get noticed by Critical Role was so that I could talk to you about perfumes someday. And that's all coming together.
We occasionally have days, especially with guests, where just people bring stuff in and trade, and it would get really, especially during like Candela, it got like really heavy a few
Oh
times.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, people bring
Well, do you
fun
want to
stuff
go
in.
last then? Or do you
Yeah, I'll go last.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of heavy
Yes.
things,
Thank you. Yes, we're
Perfect.
going to keep.
I brought
Master of the segment.
a tome of my own.
You
What
are my
a
vibe.
treasure. Let's
So
display this gorgeous piece.
imagine
1908? Sorry, I'm going a little.
Imagine, if you will, you are in the North Woods, perhaps, not too far from Canada. You are in a bathroom,
All right.
a small room with but a toilet. Hardly a toilet, maybe just a hole.
Okay.
And, you're attending to your duties, and all you have for entertainment
Taking a
is...
whore's bath?
Well,
Sorry.
the only thing that you have for
I tried to
entertainment
do the visual. Radio is like, what happened?
I know, I'm sorry.
is a ponderous
sorry,
catalog that just has been in there. It's been in there as long as that room has existed, and you have nothing but time. So, this is a replica of a Sears Roebuck catalog from
Wow.
1908.
Wow.
And if you will indulge me,
Yes.
Too late.
poem that appears at the beginning, I feel like this kind of helps set the scene.
I miss this. I miss
catalogs
when
with
people did this vibe.
Back in my day.
And with your beautiful voice. This is,
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
no.
this.
Oh,
Dulcet,
stop. Oh,
dulcet.
stop. Oh, stop.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the catalog. I know the markets of the earth, and wondrous tales I tell of all the new and pretty things the whole world has to sell. And those who sit with me a while and roam my pages through may see the pageants of mankind set out in open view. I know the realms of happiness for little girls and boys. I swing the gates which lead into the magic land of toys. I am the window of the world at which is kept displayed the best of everything men do, the best of all they've made. Oh, whether it be north or south, or distant east or west, I show the dwelling beautiful and fashion at its best. I am 1,000 shops in one, gay stall and quaint bazaar.
Wow.
The glamour that is Paris and the charm of Zanzibar.
Ooh,
They know me as a catalog, and yet on lonely nights I bring them dreams and fancies and a wealth of real delights. For often when the day is done and duty's flags are furled, I take the family shopping round the markets of the world.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
1908, and this is a poem that was written by Edgar A. Guest. Thank you, Edgar. But yeah, Sears is well, at this time, they were constructing a fabulous new facility in Chicago as a way to
State-of-the-art.
fill orders of products that feature in this catalog.
So an early Amazon.
Indeed. And I just, for me, this catalog has always existed in my childhood home. It was always in the bathroom. It was something that would just...
Just one?
Yeah, well, a copy of this one. This is actually like my third or fourth copy of this.
You go
I tend
through
to give it
them.
away and
Yeah.
Oh, no,
use it a lot,
yeah.
and we'll go inside in just a moment. But at the time, 1908, this is sort of when, in the state of things, as that poem kind of, evokes, the markets of the world were sort of becoming available to folks in the United States, and a catalog was available to be ordered to your home free of charge. And it says here that you can please show this to your neighbor so that they can request their own catalog as well.
They would just send that to you for free.
Indeed. Because, well,
I wonder how much it was to make that thing.
I invite you to peruse.
Oh my gosh. We absolutely need to peruse.
This is definitely like the capitalist's Gideon Bible here. I'm very excited.
Oh my gosh.
And to place an order.
Because this is something that has always been...
Stop.
Wait a second.
Stop. I mean,
Just the first page, the opening to, like, look at this. How beautiful.
What do you notice? Yeah.
Everything's drawn.
Yes, every
So it's
item is illustrated.
It's illustrated.
Yes.
Illustrated.
like it's got that great pen, like gentle pen vibe. I've been aware of these before. I've never actually, because I love old houses. And I know this is how you would build an old house back then. Was the kit kit.
And there's a whole section.
I've never actually seen one before, pre 1960.
Sure.
No, they do not.
I'll just briefly point out.
These ones.
I'd look at this.
This I love. So another fabulous thing about this catalog, I find, is that it not only orients you to a whole bunch of products that you might not have known you ever needed, like a meat grinder, or
I do need
a
one.
kit home, or
Yes.
whatever, butter churn, silver spoons, or what have you. But I also love, like in this section, we have a whole sequence about how to take your own prescription measurements so that you can order a pair of glasses to be sent to your home.
How would you do
in the middle
that?
of the woods or
How
whatever.
do they say how you do it?
There's an easy step-by-step process. Let's see. Where
Break
do we
it down
begin?
for us.
Well, we need to get you
Okay.
the glasses.
Yes, I do need a new pair. So
They
let's
should also
see.
have the measure your lenses.
Yeah,
as
it
a
better
poem.
rhyme.
Well, okay. Number one, test question. What is your age?
Okay.
We begin there.
Okay.
Have you ever worn glasses before? And if so, for how long? And what number were they?
What number?
Number three, do your eyes stand out prominently or are they sunken?
That
Do your eyes
definitely.
become tired after slight use? Does the light hurt your eyes?
Slight use of your eyes?
It goes on.
You can tell they didn't
How
have
do you
screens.
use your eyes slightly and not fully?
As you
Things were
answer
different
these
in
questions
1980.
and begin to discover that, like, oh, maybe I do need this. They have a whole section about, what type can you read? The smallest size letters on this
What?
card should be read
splendid.
easily at 15 inches from the eye. If you cannot do so, you should wear spectacles. It does not pay to buy cheap spectacles.
No.
Wow.
Certainly not. I wouldn't dream
No,
of it.
of course not.
Through the course of this, you can take your own measurements, and using this handy-dandy series of instructions at the very beginning,
After the poem.
after the poem, and let's
You
see
could look
here.
through this thing for
I am,
hours.
Table of contents, simple rules for ordering.
How simple are they?
Well, it goes on for pages. You'll see. You identify
I wonder
what items
how long
you
it would
need.
take. Like if you ordered something, how long it would take to get to your house.
Probably wasn't 2-day shipping.
Probably
Oh
was
no,
not.
it certainly was not.
Yeah, you get it in like a month or so.
It also depends on how far out you are, I suppose, and out into the world.
Yes, and how would they get it to you?
Yeah, how would you get it?
By a
You just go to the
horse?
post? Oh yeah, a horse.
How would you get your sound?
Can we
How'd you
get
get piano?
these?
Yes.
Oh,
Instruments.
pianos,
Pianos, yes.
Tremendous.
That's
and
a player
a
piano.
grand organ. Wait, how much is the player piano?
Oh, yeah, where
What's
are
this
the
running? Yeah,
prices?
where does this run in
Looks
for?
like $68. That's
No, it- no.
this is a
I just
the
saw a giant.
Beckwith home queen piano
Piano organ.
organ. Yeah.
Is it $68?
Well, yeah, it looks like they've got choices for every family's budget.
Oh
We
my!
can make
Could
it
you
work.
imagine buying that for $68?
I mean,
I'm imagining it.
I mean,
Me
we live.
too.
I know where we live right now. Yes, I can imagine it in my wildest dreams.
Yes, chains.
That's all I
Look
can
at
think about now. Oh wow, I'd look good in that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, but as you can see, like immediately, we are drawn to
We're drawn to
finery, to
consumerism.
products of this nature, and I find it so interesting that just like the style, the pictures, the images of these products,
This is
and
cool.
also the way in which. Well, and as you'll see, every page is crammed with copy. There is just content for days.
Yeah.
Not only instructions on how to take your own prescription, eye measurements, but also if you didn't know how to use a piano, you can easily, also
We also
get
have an
Don't let
instruction
that
book.
stop you from buying a piano.
buy a
We'll
piano.
teach you.
Not only will we send you the piano, but we'll send you like instructions for how to play it, and a correspondence course is available at a low price.
Were they also? Does this also have like the flowery text of the time, where it's clearly someone
Well, let's
was
find out,
was,
shall we?
Yeah, let's find
was
out.
upset that they weren't
wanna see
getting
what
Is
this
there a
words to play
voice
right.
actor here who could read us something?
Oh,
This
if
is
only we
a-
had
this-
a voice actor.
High grade 5-piece parlor suite,
Oh, wow.
which is like a little set. That's not a settee. Whatever, chairs and
Do
a
you
little
have, like, a
couch.
fancy old lady voice? Is that in your repertoire?
I feel like you would be better at this
My
voice
fancy
than
old
I
lady
would.
voice is very iffy.
Can you
especially
read
right
one
now.
of these?
Do you want me to do chairs, or do you want me to?
We'll pick something fun.
All right, here.
'Cause you'll have a
Pick what
perfect voice for this.
Okay, I mean,
You got to pick carefully because after you read it, you have to buy it.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
That's
okay,
the
what do I
rules.
need right now? We're getting into
Oh
weird.
my
wow,
God.
the catalog
Toilets.
speaks to Taliesin.
I have one of those.
Oh yeah, what does the toilet say?
It's gone. We're past it.
Toilet say.
Okay.
You got us.
Okay. Now I want something a little more.
$6.95 for those cameras.
Guns?
Oh my
I mean,
God.
clearly,
Guns
I mean,
section.
like, I want something a little more, like, okay, here we go, lace curtains.
All right.
I'm going to try and read this with reading glasses that I ordered from a catalog, and a microphone.
say.
Well, no, I bought them on it like for $1.99 because. Let's see a fun one. Let's see. I don't want to do the. Okay, let's see. It's not enough text. I want something. All right. Our immense variety comprises the finest grades of both domestic and foreign products, and no matter for what purpose, whether for bedroom, dining room, library, or parlor, or whether you want a very plain curtain or one of the fancy varieties, or an ordinary grade, that is a strictly high-class, extra fine quality, you will find this line to exactly meet your needs. You can't find as complete an assortment to choose from in any of the furnishing stores of the largest cities near you. As our trading covers the entire country, you can readily see that to meet such a varied trade, we must have the wildest possible variety of curtains. You will find in this line
Wild?
varieties that no furnishing store
My
elsewhere
heavens.
can offer at any price. So that aside from the fact that we
That's
quote
know
the
you're
lowest
getting it.
price,
It is
quote the
small.
lowest prices ever heard of, you have the distinct advantage of being able to choose from the most complete line of curtains ever assembled in one assortment. This line,
Foaming at the
this
mouth.
line completely meets the needs of any household in country, town, or city anywhere on the continent.
Fantastic.
I feel like I need to win this. Oh God.
Wait.
And literally every product is like just this pile of like verbose hyperbole that is telling you why it is the most curtain, the most
the
butter
most
churn.
curtain.
Like,
This is poetry.
yes, and it's
and the
I know the fashion.
also it encourages this level of like having a
those.
fussy
Me too.
distinctiveness.
Tag
like,
yourself.
Choosing
Tag
the best
yourself.
product, or it's just.
I know. I wanted
yeah.
to see what
And
they
at
wrote
the-
about like women's.
I missed because this was the evolution to the toy catalogs when we were young
yes,
that had
yes,
like
yes.
the little like see all the action figures on like a cool and like a
like a
little,
model set almost
like wow I need like it really that sold a bunch of stuff to me as a child. And
Yeah, these are really cute. So these are the little undergarments. Wait, which one did you just put?
Shapewear.
A French style ruffle. If you like dainty underwear, these fine nainsook
Look at me.
nainsook drawers.
Names of drawers.
With French ruffle will please you. Ruffle is made of sheer lawn trimmed with 2 rows of hem stitching and wide lace and an exquisite design, and is headed by embroidery beading and ribbon inserting. Hey, this is really fun to look through.
Yes.
Oh God.
And from like world building perspective, it is just such a helpful thing to turn to when you're like, I need a weird product.
Wait,
What's a weird product?
This is strange. So it's like your parasol, but you could buy different handles for your parasol.
Oh yeah, customized
Novelty attachments for your
I'm
parasol.
routinely frustrated by the lack of custom handles for my parasol.
Honestly, I've been
me.
envious of Oswald Cobblepot for many, many years, and finally I feel like I can keep up with the Cobblepot.
There we
Yes.
go.
And there's tassels.
Wow.
They have hanging tassels for the parasol.
Oh yes.
This is we were born in the wrong time.
Clearly.
I mean, I'm happy in the. I'm fine here in this time.
On that note, though, I will ask you, Ashley, I
Yes.
guess, what things, how do you feel things are the same as then or different? Like, I don't know. There's something
It feels
weirdly
so-
timeless here, too.
There is, and I feel like I feel like we've talked about this before. I love a catalog, love a catalog. Like I was always obsessed with the Sharper Image catalogs that would come
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
to our house,
Yeah.
and it was just the best.
What about the Pyramid Collection?
What is that?
It was like all the New Age stuff.
Yeah.
They don't make it anymore. That was the name of it. That's the name of it, right?
I think so. I know what you were talking about. It's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
It's like, medieval gowns with bell sleeves and like little bronze goddess sculptures and gemstone bracelets and that sort of thing.
There's a feeling of pride in this that I think has been lost.
Yeah.
Seriously, like this feels like someone was very prideful of the design of this, whereas I think thanks to the internet, there is no one person to have any. There's no editorial on the internet. Amazon has no editorial.
They don't make
Therefore,
Amazon
everything is.
blurbs like they used to.
Well, these
really
don't
do.
write for paragraphs and paragraphs
No.
about how it's the best and most like incredible and
celebrated
you'll never
Mercedes.
see
when
another
you
variety
when
of
you
this
find
scale
an
again.
object on Amazon that is actually treated this way, and they do happen, it's always because the object is usually so terrible or bizarre that the reviews become more and more
Yes.
absolutely disjointed from reality.
Yes.
There was like the one who was trying to sell milk for like $400, and people just started talking about this milk saved my marriage. And there's just these pages of the most wonderful, but other than that, we have to crowdsource our poetry about objects now.
Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah, there's such it's that tension of like credibility versus like believability, maybe.
Yeah.
Like we're only seeing artists' renditions of any of these products. You're buying all of this sight unseen, and it might not get to
Yes.
you for weeks, depending. And
Possibly, yeah.
you really need a sense of what like that product is going to be.
I
when it
wonder
gets
how
to you.
close the product was to the illustration.
I will say that the kit houses that I mean like most of the houses, especially like on the West Coast, and there were kit houses of the time where you would have to just buy all the parts and the plans together, and then someone to assemble it for you, and they had all the bits. And those are great. I honestly like those houses better than what we have now, and a lot of them have stood the test of time, other than being flammable. Which
A little bit of a flammable.
yeah, and like
problem.
there are so many things that you could buy that I knew you could buy in these catalogs.
Homes?
Homes.
Yeah, here we go.
There it is. The welcome
What
to the
don't they
homes section.
My goodness.
$100 set of building plans for free, complete with specifications. Let us be your architect without cost to you. Wow.
There's
Let us
everything in
save
here.
you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
incredible.
this is a whole different
Heating
thing than like what.
plans, floor plans.
Yeah, they've got everything.
I wish they would do this still. I think
Yeah,
honestly,
I
I
do too.
really do. Because like you were there. You remember when we went to the swap meet at the Rose Bowl swap meet, and I found that like this is the sort of thing I love. I had the Los Angeles 1927 Who's Who, where it was all just business photos of business owners and just what they do, and a little photograph of them being stern. And then they had the women's section in the back was relatively new, with like where all the club. You remember like I pulled that out? I love that thing. I need this now. I'm going to have to buy one.
I
You
love
sold
this.
this.
This is a treasure.
Yeah.
I feel like CVS for CVS right now, like or like the cable channel where we're selling things to sell things.
And just, on the subject of why I feel like, or felt like bringing this as kind of my weird kids offering today was that pouring through a document like this and seeing all of these, items and products, it gives you such profound and like powerful touchstones, I think, for imaginative play, for telling a story.
Absolutely.
And if you look at the MIDST appendices, I think you can absolutely see Matt's love of this antique advertising. And for me too, doing the like graphic design on those, we turn to original sources like this to get ideas on how the printed material should look.
That's very cool.
The art is very zine. Like I feel like I'm looking at the world's like thickest underground comic book right now. This is really
it's wild.
This was a lot of
the
work
saw section.
Yes.
for them to make this.
The hand saw section.
Guaranteed saws.
I saw that saw.
We promise you this is a saw.
Yeah, it is the most
The
of a saw.
finest saw.
28-inch Fulton handmade hand saw.
God, I could look at this.
This could be like a month of my life.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and I'll leave you with
Whoa.
it, perhaps.
Oh, I mean, I won't dig.
Oh, gosh, no.
Wow.
What 6 great grocery lists free? They'll even write your grocery
They'll
list.
write your
I think by 3 weeks it
Thought
would be
of
a little
everything. You won't need anything after
This
you have
is
this catalog.
just a treasure.
And it's already the Roebuck, Sears
Yeah.
Roebuck and Company.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they'd already Roebucked. So
They already
And
bucked by
just
1908.
obviously pages upon pages of, if you run out of toilet paper, you've got the
You
catalog.
have the catalogs as
So
well.
You're ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. It really does feel like a MIDST adjacent world building item. It
Yeah.
gives you such a view, a portal into a sense of time and place.
But it's a great resource for that.
Yeah.
Which is something I wouldn't even have thought about.
Yeah, we rip a lot of sort of weird turn of the century inspo from stuff like this from MIDST.
Well,
It's fun. It's fun.
This is. I did not know that they made.
Is this enticing you more to go listen? Go listen. Man, this is incredible.
I have a thing about smelling books.
You have a thing about it.
Oh,
Smelling
yeah, let
books.
me get this.
This
Oh,
year
this is
setting
a
us
great
up.
segue.
It's also
For a
not
great
like
segue.
1908. Like this is a little bit because I was like,
Can I
that's
get
right.
half
There's
of
no
that? I
not
get half of
different.
that.
It's nothing
Ah,
like glue.
everybody smuff the book.
Yeah, that's good.
The older the book, they all have different smells depending on paper quality and glue that was used, and it's a real like library smell is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
I always love a candle.
A
that has,
rich
like,
antique
library
aroma.
smell.
Yeah. Well,
The mandolin
this-
section smells
Oh,
especially.
I mean,
and it sounds great.
If you've ever met anyone who plays a lot of mandolin, you would know that smell too.
Yes.
how funny you're listening to the page. You're like, ooh, this is could
I'm
be
actually
something
smelling
to
the smell.
use.
Let's hear the page in the microphone.
Let's
I wanna
hear
this.
a little. A
Incredible.
rich
some
flapping
EDR from
sound.
Pages.
Well,
We've
speaking of
been
smells,
listening to things, we've been looking at things. Now, perhaps it is time to exercise another of our senses, that of smell.
An
So-
excellent sense for podcasting.
This
Indeed.
Yes.
this is what we do best: is find the things that are worse for podcasts and somehow
Yes.
almost make them work. I'm super excited.
Well, yeah, with smell, it's perfume shopping is such an interesting thing because unless you have the opportunity to go to a perfume store, a lot of it is done online. So part of what I love about the world of fragrances is the language that is used to attempt to describe all these scents, because it's more than just the technical notes that are used. Many of these products try to paint you a picture, a story, to inspire a particular feeling in you. If I could get a job just writing those like perfume
The blurbs for the-
descriptions, yes,
yeah.
that
Oh
would
my
be
God.
so much fun.
They have such a vibe.
Yeah. And there's all kinds of highly specialized language involved in the world of fragrance.
It's very wine-like in that way.
It is. It
Yeah,
is. The deeper
it
you go,
is.
the more specialized and snooty it gets, honestly. So I
look at this
have
little package.
prepared some samples. I don't know exactly how many to trot out. I could do either 3 or 5, but not 4.
Well,
Let's do it all.
I'll also say that I knew that there was going to be this thing, so I also brought some. But we can. So I feel like, but I brought too many because I didn't know what you were bringing, so I
Okay,
kind of
okay.
brought. So I like.
Maybe
Do them all because I'm curious as
wanna
to
know.
what
Okay,
their
okay.
spread of
So
got time.
smells.
I'll do them in order of increasing strangeness.
Weirdness.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I have quite a collection at home, but I decided to bring. I mean, any old perfume can make you smell good. Hell, a shower can do
Sure.
that. Perfume can do so much more than just make you smell nice. So I have brought a selection of perfumes that are on the, one might say, less wearable end of things. Though I do
Challenge
love
accepted.
and wear many of these. not the last one.
I'm so excited.
But it's,
I'm excited too.
I mean, and I found that in my perfume hobby, my sense of smell has like sharpened just in everyday life, and it's given me an increased appreciation for just smells out and about. It's like,
I was going to say more of a despair of the world outside is definitely was like, oh no. So, yeah, no, just, I know too much.
bad smells have something to appreciate in them. I'm so intrigued by the way, I mean, you know, there's science on how scent is linked to memory
Yes.
so
Is it
powerfully.
like your strongest sense of memory or something like that?
Yeah,
Very
and
much.
it can unlock places that you've never been to, places that you've been to a long time ago, and places that you would never in a million years even have a chance of going to. So they are literally portals into worlds, both fictional and true.
Cool.
How's
man.
that for a setup?
I am vibing so hard with you right now.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
feeling
Yeah,
so
we're gonna
seen.
have fun. We're gonna have fun.
All right.
I've covered up the labels. So how I like to sample perfumes is do them blind. I'm highly suggestible. So the name of a perfume, these vibey
same.
descriptions will really sway me, which is interesting in and of itself. It's kind of like the way you view a piece of art before and after reading the artist's statement. Both are valuable, but you can't really go backwards once you have that knowledge. So I'm going to give you all the opportunity to, you know, give me your impressions of each scent. Then I'll tell you what it is, tell you a little bit about it, describe my impressions of it, and you tell me if that changes your perception of what you're smelling.
And are we going to do like the bottle around or like, which I think.
Apply it if you'd like.
Well,
Just make
I
sure
was
you
gonna
leave
say-
enough room
Leave
on
space?
your skin for 5 or more
Well, I'll
samples.
also say like smell first because I do know we're probably going to go through a few of these, and at some point this will smell like a candy store in here.
And I did
I'm fine with
bring
it.
paper test strips.
like dipped in turpentine.
If you would prefer to smell it that way. But the first two I have to share are oils. So this one's a rollerball. Okay, so anyway,
love a
enough
rollerball.
talking. Do you want to give it a smell first? So remember, we're starting with least weird. This is one of my legitimate favorites to wear.
Wow, I can already smell this from here.
And like once it goes down, we can have a
In
talk.
fact, I shouldn't even have told you it's my favorite. That's already influencing you.
That
I want
smells
your
so
unfiltered
good.
opinions.
I have, so I can only breathe on one side of my nose. Not to brag.
I learn something every day.
How does it feel being an advanced form of
That
being?
Here are
smells
some test
so
No,
good.
no wonder you never complain
I
about
feel like
how I
I
smell
smell a
like when we're playing.
petrichor, but I might be making that up.
No, I'm. Well, I'm gonna wait. Not
so
necessarily.
It's ready.
Okay, wow. There's a secondary thing happening there.
That smells delicious. I might need to put that on.
You may.
Just make sure.
May I?
I would actually encourage you to put on all of these because another
I'm gonna do
fascinating
it.
Oil
thing
change, yeah.
Right here, I'm gonna
is
put it right
skin
here.
Chemistry. I think you can't truly say that
that'll
you've
do it.
gotten to know a perfume until you've worn
I
it for a
agree.
few hours.
Yeah.
It changes on your skin. It'll smell different on you than it'll smell on any of us. It's just
I
fascinating.
love that part of it.
I do too.
Yeah.
Or
I
it
do
will,
too.
or you will have an allergic reaction like Sam Riegel did to the perfume I got him for his
Oh
Christmas
boy.
last year. It felt so bad.
Oh no!
Oh,
I forgot about that.
It was such a good
That smells
perfume.
so good.
I'm willing to take that risk. Okay, so
Okay, tell us-
impressions.
I know,
me
What
too.
does what does it
Yeah,
make
what do you smell?
think of? And Matt and Zen as well. Yeah.
I get a little bit. There's like something spearminty, but there's also like a heavy hit of cut grass of fresh
Yeah,
lawn.
it smells
Yeah,
like dirt or like petrichorish.
I was also going to say like earthy smells.
Yeah,
and it feels
earthy.
like being kind
And
of
then
in
there's
a garden.
something sharp at the end.
There's something else.
Okay. So this is Foxcroft by Solstice Scents, an indie brand. The listed notes are decaying leaves, rich black soil, dry leaves, fall air, woods, and chimney smoke. And it was inspired by the idea of like a beautiful small Maine town.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean when you suggested it. I was like, I can smell all of it.
It smells like a
So
rainy
do
fall
you ever
day.
get into the hoity-toity like bass tones, mid tones, and high tones sort of conversation, or is that
I
like
know
too?
the language,
Yeah.
but I often feel like my personal experience of a scent is different from what's advertised, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like
No.
I keep saying the fascinating thing about perfume is like there's not a million fascinating things about it. Is that like no one's experience of a perfume is ever wrong.
Right.
Like what you smell is what you smell, and the only way to try to connect with another person's experience of it is to use language and to try to get into this really specific descriptive, like, I mean, I guess all sense is subjective.
We
If you
can
want
only
to get technical
we can
about it.
only like it's only through language that we can
Yeah.
communicate things that are ephemeral.
Yeah,
So we really
but
don't
there's
have
something
anything else for it.
slightly more tangible about the realms of like sight and sound. Smell,
Just slightly tangible.
Slightly,
but,
yes. Scent is like very ephemeral.
I translated because I learned with bass mid and high to like a bass lead guitar and vocal is my but like I don't necessarily
Free
match what they
advertising.
say. I'm often
let's see this.
their idea and my idea is often a little.
What a pretty bottle.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's the
I'm
roll
very
for
much
oil.
enjoying
Yeah,
the way
this
it's
one is
spilling
not a
right
rollerball. This is just an open
now. So we won't
chasm of
spill it
oil.
everywhere.
So
Okay.
A chasm.
Could go anywhere.
Chasm.
That's a technical term. Oh, I'm so excited.
Intriguing.
Whoa.
impressions.
Yeah.
Well, take a minute to process if you need. I don't want to
I
rush
love
you,
that
but
we-
tell me everything.
That actually we get to communicate this.
I don't
vocally
even
for
know
the
what
people
that
who-
smells like.
Yeah. You're
Like,
bringing
I
it
don't
to
know
life
how I
with
would
a
pinpoint
podcast
that.
audience.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
That
then,
I feel like I've never smelled anything
so
like that
hang
before.
on to
Something
that.
in
Okay, I'm trying to hang on to
confusion,
it.
and then let me know
Try to define it.
how it changes
There's something-
once I
there's
start
something
to
vague
tell you
about-
what's supposed to
wait,
be
What it
there.
is. Okay.
Oh wait.
Intriguing. Fascinating.
I'm having so much
But
fun.
there's
I
something-
love doing this.
There's something I
Would you
love
say
it.
you like perfume?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I love. There's something.
Wow.
I know. I'm gonna try them all on. Oh, you liked it,
Oh,
Matt.
you went for it.
Matt's putting it on.
Vaguely
gonna put it on.
industrial about it.
Yeah, there's something like.
There's a wax or plasticine with a not alcohol. What is it? What is that? I don't want to. Or it's not butane. It's some sort of quick dissolving alcohol that I'm hitting.
Yeah.
That's more of an industrial alcohol.
What is this? It reminds me of something.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is by Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab.
Oh, I love
which
Black
is
Phoenix.
a
They're
major,
delightful.
major player in
That
the
did not smell
perfume
like Black
realm.
Phoenix. I'm used to so much baby powder.
There
vibe from
is
them.
there is a specific
slight baby
house
powder in it.
smell with Black Phoenix, isn't there? That this is an outlier. So Black Phoenix does a lot of pop culture inspired like collabs. This one is part of their Only Lovers Left Alive collection.
Oh, dang!
One
that
of
movie
my
is so
all-time
good.
favorite
I love the
movies.
song. I love the movie.
Yeah. Oh, we have the soundtrack on vinyl, the like red. Yeah, it's so
That movie?
vibey. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's one of my favorites
Hot.
of
Me,
all time.
I might have to watch
so
that tonight.
Hot. Yeah.
It's so hot.
Such a sexy
Tilda
movie.
Swinton. I would do
It's
great.
anything for her.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Anything.
Every-
It's a lifestyle
Yeah.
goals
It
film.
reminds
Yes.
me of that old vampire movie with David Bowie. I'm trying to remember the name of. Where they all have the ankh with the little thingy. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember. It'll come to me. They all
Yeah.
instead of biting, they have a little ankh knife. They go.
So cool. So this
Okay.
is
Come back.
Adam. This is the scent that is emblematic of Tom Hiddleston's character Adam in that movie. One of the only
They do
two
love a vampire.
lovers. So Adam, our suicidally romantic scoundrel, his scent is a palette of somber colors. No one does these descriptions like B-Pal, by the way. They're melancholy memories and lupine savage beauty.
I smell it now. I get it. I get it.
You do.
Black leather, pale sandalwood,
Yep.
ambergris or ambergris.
That I read it. I don't. I
accord,
don't hear it.
and the memory of a long-lost Victorian fougere. His internal life seems to be reflected in his lair, so his perfume also possesses the scent of the wood of his guitars, the rosin from his violin bow,
Wow,
the
there it
musty
is.
wool of neglected oriental carpets, the plastic, metal, and magnetic tape of his reel-to-reel, and the dust that permeates everything. So
That
it
is
smells
kind of
like
spot
like
on.
a
It's
record
it's
store.
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
there's the rosin. I'm tapping it.
And to me, I associate
Wow.
this scent so strongly with Zen because Zen's desk and work area is all that stuff. Zen is such an atom.
We got to close it
And-
because it's permeating. It is
Yeah,
permeating.
it's
permeating.
We have more to go.
Yeah, we're only at the beginning of our journey. It
I'm the
gets
perfect
weirder
person for this
from
because I
there.
can put it everywhere and be like, I don't smell it.
Yeah.
I just got to get it up
At
here.
least on
Sorry.
one side.
Now we're getting into the alcohol-based sprays.
My delicate senses, though. I'll be
sorry, yeah.
following. This will be following me home.
All the, yes.
Yeah.
So what's
you-
the
you
difference
think
between
this
an alcohol
smell will
based?
hum to you?
and an
Just
oil.
you wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I have
So
stuff
it
for
has
retort.
mainly to do with the projection or the sillage. So oil sits a lot closer to the skin. I prefer oils most of the time.
Yeah.
I think unless you're in an outdoor sort of festival environment, people really shouldn't be able to smell your perfume until they're right here.
I'm a big believer that if I can smell you coming, you've done it wrong.
Yeah.
It's like
I
you have
agree.
to be like you have to know precisely who it's coming from.
Yes.
It's usually 2 feet
And
maximum.
I'm always so afraid of putting on too much perfume because you get nose blind to your own smell. The way they say that, like, if you can sort of smell your own BO, everyone around you can definitely smell it. So it's a
I
matter
never
of personal
spray right
taste.
here.
If I get into an elevator
don't
and
wanna
everyone's
hug
on the other
somebody
side,
and
I
leave it
feel
on
so bad. Like I've done something wrong.
That's delightful.
Okay, here comes the main event.
That one's really growing on me.
Don't wear too
nice.
much.
So this one I am going to spray. Okay, so
Oh, it's a spray. That's
These sleeves, by the way, can we just talk about these amazing sleeves?
there's
what do you want to say about them?
They're just so dreamy and so fluffy and oof.
In my opinion,
Much
the
fantastic.
best sleeve shape is massive on the shoulders, ending in like a claustrophobic tiny little wrist.
you Victorian bastard, you.
Yeah.
Like an evil orphanage owner.
Gonna get the pump primed here. Oh my goodness.
What the heck?
There we go.
There we go.
Here. I'll spray a sample paper to pass around.
Right.
if you
No,
would
I
like.
mean not the
Whoa!
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I've never smelled perfumes like this
Hold on,
before.
That was the intention. Everyone smelled like a vanilla, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
I fucking love
Oh,
vanilla.
that's
but-
interesting. It's on the. I'm gonna not talk.
Oh,
Fascinating.
Can I have it one more time? Sorry, the arm.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We prefer the arm.
Oh, that too. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And if you would like to.
Everybody smell Sarah.
And I'll, yeah.
it smells so different on you.
Isn't that interesting?
It really does.
Oh, you
I
sprayed
prefer it
here.
on your skin.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Perfume reacts to temperature. That's why
Yeah.
you should always try to keep it out of the sun. So when you're wearing it on your
It
hot
does your
bod,
own-
it
yeah.
like starts to peel away, and you'll always experience the what they call the top notes first, and then you wear it for a few minutes, and like the middle notes come out, and then after a few hours, you're left with just the base notes.
Yeah.
So it's a whole journey.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So what are you experiencing?
Yeah, what are we experiencing with this smell? Here, talk about it, and I'm gonna sniff your.
I'm getting some sort of cold cucumber, a little bit of like an.
Time of my life.
It's like an unsweetened Pimm's cup. It's got a cold like I don't want. It's like cucumber's the
It
best
smells
I'm hitting
so
it, but there
good.
is some sort of. Like I don't want to say vegetable, but there is that like
No,
water.
say vegetable.
Yeah, I've been trying to hit exactly what vegetable it is that it is hitting me, but it's definitely something in the cucumber variety.
Yeah. You have a highly attuned nose.
Thank you.
So this is Nuit de Bakelite from Naomi Goodsir, though the actual perfumer is Isabelle Doyen. And this was apparently inspired by vintage jewelry, specifically made of bakelite, which is, you probably have some bakelite stuff in here.
I think we do.
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's like a type of plastic that was like
Rockabilly Betty
used
Page.
through like the 20s through the 50s. You might think of these big, chunky, colorful like bangles
Yes.
that they made out of it.
Yes.
Strangely, though, this perfume like doesn't technically contain a plastic note, at least listed in the description, but many people say that they can smell plastic. But what I get, first of all, is like fresh green bell pepper.
Thank you.
It's very, so cucumber, celery
Totally.
even a little bit, grass,
Yes.
or like the water in a vase of flowers after it's been sitting for a while.
Yes.
Not the top of the flowers, the green.
The green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally smell it.
Yeah.
But this,
Wow.
what perfume nerds really get fascinated about with this scent is it's a very unusual take on tuberose, which is a like
love
fleshy
tuberose.
white floral. Normally doesn't smell like this.
No.
It's kind of divisive the way jasmine is. These are white florals that contain a lot of indoles, which is a chemical compound that's found in flowers, vegetables, but also human feces. So it's a carnal,
Intriguing.
animal, fleshy.
Whoa.
This is not unusual in scents and perfumes for like the scents themselves to be connected to or harvested from some very bizarrely iffy places.
Yeah.
This is-
Yeah.
that's not the worst I've heard before.
Yeah,
It's great.
But that has more to do with the
Yeah.
blossom. This is a more green take on tuberose that's like focusing on the stem and the root and the green parts.
Jasmine is
of-
controversial, by
just
the way.
pictured, like,
I
a
just like the
perfumer.
jasmine
Apparently,
ones.
I love jasmine.
too.
I love
To some
jasmine,
people,
too.
it smells like cat piss, and to some people, it's like the sexiest woman imaginable.
Is it
yeah.
the cilantro of scents?
Yeah, yeah.
Other than cilantro.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
yeah. The description also mentions the sound of latex when several stalks of tuberose tangle, like a squeaky.
Oh yeah.
Come on, that's
As someone who has
wrote
often
that?
put a cucumber in latex, I can back that up.
Yes.
I'm a big fan
So,
of cucumbers in latex.
To me,
It's an
What are you
everyday
putting a cucumber in latex for?
I mean, we all get lonely.
That's
We do
what
indeed.
I thought.
Thank
The
you.
way that scent grows is
Yeah, it
Or
you always
changes is really
mention
beautiful.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, it smells
when
to me like a fresh cut jalapeno.
Yeah.
Okay, I can. Yeah.
To me, this scent smells a little bit
Spicy, but yeah.
evil, like
It is. There's
but
such a sharpness
lawful
to it.
evil, like cold, cool, like the botany lab on a spaceship.
Oh.
yeah, I
Like-
can get that.
Yeah.
So I will mention before this is I know I've mentioned this to you before. This is a thing I do. All of my D&D characters have a scent that I wear specifically when I play them.
Yes.
I actually
need
this
a
is a
full
thing I
list.
do. This is very much
Very
part of
true.
I get a playlist and I do select a perfume for every character.
Have you ever wanted to develop like custom perfumes?
I don't know what to say to that.
Oh my God, Allison.
Well, this is. I mean, I don't.
How is this something that you've never thought of?
I have
Or
never.
none of us have ever thought of for
I've
you.
never thought of it, and that's going to seem even stranger when I bust out some of the stuff I'm bringing.
I mean, the idea of a MIDST Cosmos collection is like
Oh my God, you
dream
guys.
for me, and I don't really know how to make that happen other than
Well,
saying
you're
it out
doing
loud
it
and
right
get the
now.
manifestation going. But
You should do what we do: is get slightly drunk and say it 3 times out loud, preferably in front of one of the producers who's hiding back
Okay.
here,
should there be like a dark mirror?
No, you wake up
involved?
with your hangover
feel-
and
if
they
you're
say,
feeling it.
we've already started the process. We have a meeting in 2 months. We're like, no, we were just kidding. We're really busy. And they laugh.
Next one. Oh my gosh. Non-dominant hand as well.
Oh,
No, you're not really supposed to do that. But, okay. Ooh. All right.
I'm excited.
Do you want one of these?
Whoa. Okay, I'm just gonna spray it. I'm just gonna spray it.
I'm so excited that I get to retort whatever this is. Oh man. I was worried about bringing out the very weird shit.
No,
Now
no,
I feel way
no.
better.
I want it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Ooh. I've never smelled anything like any of these.
Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a strip if anyone would like it.
I
Couldn't tell you.
Of course.
I'm
Couldn't
like-
tell you what the heck is in there.
Tell someone
Give me
to
your
run.
elbow.
Everybody smell each other.
Oh, hold on.
Crazy. It's a wild.
Okay. I've got some notions.
Okay, tell me
A
what you
little
think.
like there's a bit of chlorine and bleach hitting this. I feel it has a very and not in a bad way, but a very cleaning supply.
I smell a powdery.
There is definitely a powder base to it. Like I don't want to say baby powder. There's a powder.
Yeah,
base.
it's not baby powder, but
It's like someone left a black alchemy bottle out too long. You know, which doesn't help the audience at all unless
I
they
know
are
what you mean,
the
though.
grew up goth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how it's changing.
Yeah. Okay.
There's sort of a it makes me think of like a theater green room or something. There's sort of that like makeup.
I'm so pleased at that.
I think that's the clean. As I'm smelling the you're not going to smell pretty after this, but it's going to remove a
Yes.
half an inch of
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
and nigh.
Okay. This is Dolly by Bar, an indie Canadian brand. The official notes are marzipan, lipstick, purple suede, iris, incense, and softwood. To me, this is the girliest scent I own. But it's not girly like pink and sparkles. It's girly like a new eyeshadow palette and like hairspray and like getting
Totally.
home from the mall with a bunch of plastic bags and like opening
Getting
up
all
all
of
your
your
stuff.
things.
It's like girly like cyber girly. It's like all the accessories and technology that we accumulate to construct our femininity out of.
I
Yes.
totally get that.
I love it. To me, it smells like life before taxes.
Wow,
Wow.
that either makes sense, or if you're an actor, that makes sense. Oh God.
It's
That one,
it's
it
just
does- it
like
does have a-
on paper.
It's the
None of
shittiest
these
green
notes
ever.
are things that I would choose to smell like, but altogether, it's so nostalgic.
It's a
and-
journey.
It
beams
subliminally
you.
tells people a
I love
lot
the
about you.
marzipan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Takes
All
me
right.
through space and time.
Wow, that's cool.
Last one.
Last one before we
I
switch.
would caution you. This
wearing
is
it.
not to be trifled with.
Okay.
Put it on if you want, but don't get mad at me.
We can sample it on one of these strips too.
Yeah, why
Okay.
don't,
Which is what I would-
Taliesin, I'm going to give you the honor of spraying this wherever you
You know, I
want to spray it.
want to save just because I know that things are going to be like that. We're not quite through the journey yet, so.
Come on, get the
It
pump
tasks me. Hold on. There we are.
Wait, I can smell it from here.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
feel like
already,
I like it.
already.
I feel like I'm smelling like popcorn or like
bottles,
caramel popcorn.
But it's not sweet.
Oh.
But it's something stale though. How interesting.
It's gross
I'm
and
gonna
I
let
like
you
it.
stew for a minute because
You know
this
this-
one is gonna blow your mind.
I don't think I have. I'm trying to describe it, and it's on the.
It's
edge
kind of like when
reality.
you're smelling your BO and you're like,
Uh-oh.
you need to
There's
smell it a little
there
closer.
is something stale about it. There's something a little dusty about it. I don't know. It's interesting from coming from something smelling
These two
clean to
know.
something that
Maybe.
doesn't.
Yeah, we know.
You do?
I've met
You already
this-
picked up? You've
I've
met it
met
already?
this smell
We
before.
sampled this one before.
This is the
I was going to
craziest.
say, bring it to me.
You're not going to
Okay.
believe
Bring it
this.
to me.
What you are smelling is the scent of outer space, as reported by astronauts and developed by NASA.
What?
That's the dust. Okay.
So-
That is so cool.
This is called Ode to Space. NASA originally contracted the perfumer Steve Pierce to develop the scent in order to train astronauts on smells that they might encounter in orbit because
Genius.
it makes sense if you think about it. If you're on the International Space Station and you smell something weird, you need
You'd
to know the
instantly freak-
difference
yes.
between like a
something
toilet
wrong?
backing up
Yeah.
and
You're an electrical fire.
yeah,
whatever.
and just natural smells
You're in
that,
space,
that are
right?
in the
That's
environment.
something I never would have thought about.
So
Space.
Yes, space.
smell of
astronauts
space.
have compared the smell of space to all kinds of different things: seared steak, raspberries, rum, ozone, hot metal, gunpowder. Of course, like the vacuum of space doesn't actually have a smell, but there are particles out there that could adhere to your spacesuit. So, for example, there are single oxygen atoms. When those like come back into the airlock with you, they'll combine with the O2 that's in the ISS, which makes O3,
Yeah, ozone.
which is ozone, which has a particular
very particular
smell.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't really explain all the other stuff.
No,
going
there's,
on.
like I know that there like dust is a thing, and actually there's I don't know if I'll get into the irony in my box, but this is
Yeah, like that would be hard to wear, but to know that like this is could possibly be the smell of space.
Like if I were
is
to
so
design a smell based on space,
But there's
like,
like-
the idea of space, it would be the polar opposite.
So
of
different.
But there's
than this.
there's
Yes.
there's 12 people who can confirm that this is correct though.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
or like, you know.
Yeah.
To me, this smells like the whiff out of a dumpster on a hot day.
Yeah. yeah.
Hot brake pads.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a very difficult scent to relax around because
Very weird.
it triggers that
weird.
part of your brain that's like, is there something rotting or burning in my vicinity?
it's a-
Am I in danger?
It's a very dry junkyard to me where I've spent time in dry junkyards and
Yeah.
it really has that dry junkyard vibe.
It's a little unsettling.
Like you all don't know this already. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not a mystery for me.
It's not really a scent for wearing.
No.
But
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated to have it in my collection and to share it with
Alright.
people.
I'm so glad you brought that.
Yeah.
That is so neat.
The descriptor,
Yes.
the descriptor for it that sticks with me is somewhere I read someone compared it to the, and some of us might know what this means. It smells like the inside of a VCR.
Yep. Yep. I can totally hit that.
I somehow know what that is, and it
Wow.
does.
That's clearly
But
where space
that's-
lives in the inside of it.
Again, that's one of those sense memories.
And then-
Where you're
exactly.
like a kid, where you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah.
Everyone smelled the inside of
And
these.
speaking of sense memories, having met this smell before, I do continue to find the creepy, like burnt meat note something that haunts me now in my normal life as I'm going about my day, and there's just sort of that whiff of ode to space. It's like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We are in
Space.
space.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah, there's
space
a
right
little
now.
space right now.
There's a little meat in it.
Yeah. It's a little spooky.
It's a little spooky.
Yeah.
Well, there's no getting weirder than that.
Unless there is.
Thank you for smelling with me.
Thank you. What a journey. That was so fun.
That was delightful. I won a couple of the. Well, I made hunt.
You
down a
could
couple
have.
of those.
I know.
Oh, no,
I won't give away
I'm
my
glad that
full size
we-
bottles, but any
No,
of the
clearly
samples you
not.
want to take.
I'm really
We may
glad
have to
that
trade
we-
at some point.
Do
So.
business, yeah.
Because I don't know if we have time for like one or two more, or are we rolling? I know eventually we have to let you go because you're busy people. We're weirdly not busy people at the moment for the next
Today's
4 or
pretty
5
chill.
hours, but
Yeah.
you are busy people.
Could I
at some
clear my
point.
schedule and just smell?
Smell many more things.
If we like, we could. Yeah, I was gonna like we could go offline and just I could bring
Just go
my
huff
box
in a
with you.
corner.
Yeah, I'll just have while
Yeah.
you're doing your things. I could just hand you things as we.
Smelling things.
I go, yeah. We can do like one or two. I believe I left my stupid box. Ironically, I have a box much like this was not
I
planned.
know you both.
This was not
brought up-
planned. This was I brought this box, which is butterfly themed and looks like a book. I clearly overdid things a bit.
Oh my God, you have this?
I brought it.
I've been wanting to smell that.
I had a hard time finding this. We'll get to that in 1 second. I need a. I'm just going to make a couple selections really quickly with my glasses on my head.
I subscribed to this. For a
That
little
stuff
bit.
was that was
Yeah,
a
it's
gift.
interesting.
This will happen later. Okay, this one's kind of amusing.
Actually, maybe I shouldn't look.
I know,
I
I'm
mean,
like, there's
the
so many
names
in
the
there.
names of a lot of this will not help.
Okay.
Let's start with this one's really simple, and this was a gift. Don't look at the name.
Okay.
This is actually one that is a character one that I wear.
I need to smell it with my not Otis face hand.
Yeah, it will burn through a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm getting like burnt sugar.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna make this very.
Do I have an inch of skin that is tainted?
That's definitely one that rocks around with a vampire character I used to play in. I don't think this is the right
I'm
one.
getting
Let me
like
double
very
check.
like
That's crazy.
classical,
Yep.
like gentleman's
Yeah.
cologne notes.
It kind of smells a little.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just saw the cover. So
You
that
did, but it does
confirms-
hit the minute you
It-
know.
that-
You're like, oh,
it hit right before I saw it.
yeah.
It smells like booze.
Tell me what this is.
Thank you.
It's called whiskey, and it smells like whiskey.
It's
But like a little warmer.
It smells like
It does.
It smells like
Yeah, it
the
does.
whiskey after it's been the evening is over. You've gone home and everything is bad now.
It's so fascinating how an oil-based
Yeah.
format can give you that like this
Little bit of
alcohol
a-
perfumes for a minute have a smell of alcohol before it dissipates.
There's
Yes,
a couple hiding
yes.
in here, and this is so delightful to do with a trimmer. Hold on.
Wait,
That one won't
that's a
help
fun
you either.
title.
It is a lot of these come from my favorite, which is I Hate Perfume,
Great name.
and they're like, and I don't have their like I don't have their like large. I don't have their poetry. They write a lot of poetry.
Yeah.
This one I'm going to get a little weird. Don't read the label. This one has my favorite like specific title, and I want to see what y'all hit with this. This one is very, very specific, and this is the one that also gave Sam Riegel hives
Oh gosh.
mid game.
Oh, that's right.
Interesting. Here, do you want some of that?
Yes. I'm
trying to get-
careful.
I'm like out of accessible
I know.
skin patches.
I know. These you can just. Oh, I think
Did you get
is
this one,
the
Matt?
one or
Not
no?
yet. No.
Okay, to me this one smells kind of soapy at first. Like it. Sometimes I get that with florals, like
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Yeah, there's something in there that's meant to create a very specific time and place sense memory, or at least
Yeah.
place sense memory.
It is taking me somewhere.
look at the
I'm
label.
not entirely
Yeah,
sure where.
and it will
Yeah.
kind of be interesting when you do see the label. It kind of tells you everything you need to know.
Whoa.
Anybody got a vibe?
I don't know where.
right now I started thinking about
tricky.
shampoo and now I
Yeah.
can't
Okay.
get
No.
that out,
Interesting.
I'm sort of getting almost like the pool room.
But now I'm getting lilac.
It may be time to look at because I know we have to roll a bit.
Okay, what is it? Where is it?
Read the title.
At
has
the
it?
beach, 1966.
A Day at the Beach,
The
1966.
pool room.
So you remember it's
Yeah.
got hints of copper tone,
Little
sunscreen.
Copper tone. That
It's
was like
so
soapy.
fascinating how it just like pops out as soon as you say that. Like,
This one will be for off camera. I'm going to do the last two.
okay,
This one,
I'm really
I
excited.
wore
to
this
smell
for years. It was deeply out of print. This is the last. I mean, this is the last bottle I've been able to find on eBay. They do exist. This one is very traditional, although very. I like this because this is the most bisexual perfume I've ever found because it's got a masculine base and then this kind of. This is the Alan Cummings signature perfume, Coming.
Delightful.
It's literally just called Coming.
Coming.
Yes.
He also made a commercial.
I was
that
about
for
to
this.
say something that I shouldn't.
Yeah, just well, it was the joke is they were going to put it on a bunch of like versions. So there was going to be an airspray called Coming in the Air. There was a bar soap that was like Coming in the Bath.
Nice.
They were going to Coming all over. Yeah.
Oh.
So
you
you
guys
can hear,
ever
and
see
it
that-
cooks well. So
Arnold Schwarzenegger
and then
pumping
this will
video.
be the last one right here.
Whatever. I don't know.
This one you can't wear.
Coming all the
So
time.
the bass notes are leather, rubber, tobacco smoke.
Yep.
It's very like backroom
I've
New
smelled this
York.
on you.
Yeah, and it cooks into a little bit of floral, but it is designed to be like very smoky and earthy.
Amazing.
But somehow still down for a lot of gender conversation.
Yeah, that's that leather.
The commercial for this
Yeah.
is like a very traditional perfume commercial, except it's him. So it's like
Except it's him.
he's coming in, taking off his clothes, and then like talking. It's a funny thing to being coming. It's a funny thing to wear having that. But he's like rolling around naked in the bed in black and white and brushing his teeth, and it's just like it's just weird having this weird
an
Scotsman
What an icon.
doing the very femme. Okay.
Yeah.
So lucky to have that last name too.
I know.
wonderful.
This one, and this
so
is the last
jealous.
one. You can't. I don't usually recommend people wear this because this is one that often has an allergic reaction.
Okay,
if you
should we
are
do
unsure.
a strip?
A test strip for this, and this is the second most fucked up thing I own. I'm not bringing the most fucked up thing, which is I have one that smells like cooked meat.
Oh,
Literally, it's roast beef.
Ideal.
fascinating.
Yeah, it was a dare apparently from
very
it.
good.
So this, hold on,
I feel like it smells.
that might be enough. Sometimes people
goodness.
nail this immediately. Sometimes people
gosh.
take a minute. I'll start over here and work your way down.
Okay.
I hopefully put enough on. It's pretty strong.
Oh.
I'm like starting to go nose blind. At
Yeah.
this
I know.
You will not have that
like,
problem.
trying to
This
keep
kind
my
of
arms
kick. Did I put
behind.
enough on there?
I am getting something
I should
here.
probably hit it
yeah.
a little harder. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna be meaner with it. Actually,
Go
yeah.
full bore.
Yeah, why not? we're at the point where nothing makes sense anymore. Oh yeah, this is vicious now.
Oh, there it is. There's
Yeah,
the
you
commercial.
hit it. Yes. Oh yeah, there he is. And he's just saying,
Damn.
there's nothing sexier than being yourself and like taking, and then like he goes to start
Just
typewriting.
rolling around
like-
so
in bed.
right.
He's totally naked.
Yeah, he's totally naked. He goes over to his desk and starts using a typewriter, sitting on a chair like so much Marisha Ray. It is so stupid. Oh yeah,
Oh,
pet the
he's kissing a
dog.
dog.
Think about life. It's nice to like just talk to you. Here we go. Let's go over to the Mac. Yeah, let's have some fun.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, here we are brushing our teeth and we're like, oh, it's so
one
nice you
does.
slept over.
He's so
What
cute.
a cat.
Yeah, I would actually almost say go into this because there's
just
just
gonna
we're
go in.
fighting so much that just snort it.
I know what this is.
course you know what this is.
I know what that is.
So, are you all right? This is me.
Tense.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's reminding me a lot of Outer Space. Right
Go
away.
go
has
go
those
deep.
feelings.
There's a heavy plastic note to it, but it's a very specific.
There it is.
Yeah, just hit the bottle. Just fucking go. Let me know when you're ready.
Take a sip.
Yeah.
Well,
There is.
It's so much sweeter in
It's
here.
very sweet. It should be very
is
sweet
very
and
sweet.
very plastic, and you will go, oh dear God, when I tell you this is pure sense memory for me.
Okay.
Go ahead, fire for it.
I don't know. I was gonna say new Barbie doll.
You're close.
Very
You're
close.
getting there.
Polly Pocket.
You're
like
Very
walking
close.
around it.
Yeah.
soft 90s plastic.
You are
know.
so in the realm.
Yeah.
What is it?
This is the closest, or one of the closest recreations they've managed to a strawberry shortcake doll.
Oh.
I actually have
Classic
I have
doll.
3 strawberry shortcake dolls in here. I've got she's the original. I've got the Purple Pie Man.
Wow.
And I've got Huckleberry in here because those were like my dog.
A
Do you
journey.
have one of those in here?
Not, I have one I haven't put up yet, but yeah, because the scents of these dolls don't work anymore. So
Yeah.
that scent only exists in memory now.
time,
So people
yeah.
have been trying to nail it forever.
Yeah.
And this is as close as I've found so far, and I've like sampled 15 different attempts.
Dolly magic?
for those who may not know, was this a smell that was like laced into the plastic of the doll?
Into the
Yeah.
hair, they put it on the that's the plastic note. Is you're smelling the doll, and then
the
like
memory.
just the chemical they
That's
drenched
how they
it.
started us on our microplastics
Yeah,
journey.
Yes.
To make us
Yes,
okay. with
absolutely.
Yeah,
the
so that is,
plastic
I mean,
outcasts.
and they just don't have that
Fascinating.
anymore.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and now like
What a treasure.
at some point we'll go into. I have so much weird, especially.
We
it's
have
so
a lot
good.
of talking to do.
Yeah, and I
What a
love
journey.
wearing the worst. I like if I can, like every character has a vibe, and I really love some of the things
I'm
I
so
would love a
hungry.
I
list.
should do like a. I should
Yes.
actually publish some of the. I'll publish some of the character smells.
It's so
Yeah.
good. What a journey.
Please do.
Yeah.
People want to know.
It really helps the
I'm
role play
people.
if you smell like the character, like if you like the
Yes.
character.
It
Yes.
adds so much.
Yeah, I would agree.
We have one more thing to share.
We
now
do.
that We have.
We do. I was missing a
proper
piece.
cable.
Yes, I was missing a cable earlier, but I found it now. So
Our
I
field
have
recorder.
one last item to share with all of you from my weird box of strange audio experiences. So this is the original field recorder that was used to create the original season of MIDST. That's cool. That's fun. We like field recording and sound.
Ooh, very
Great.
much.
But what we really like is
What is this contraption?
a whole world of sound that is normally invisible to us.
I mean, sound is, if you think about it, always invisible.
So
Yeah.
as my final showcase, which
Just
we're
not even acknowledging that.
I was really excited by that. I'm just going to keep walking and pretend that.
I was trying to set up my segue, but thanks.
Sorry. I'll
No,
swipe.
no.
I see.
I also love I love unconnected tech where you just have it sitting
Yeah,
there in your
look at
hand.
this.
Yeah.
Like it can burn you.
So my final item for my showcase, which thank you, we'll have as our kind of PS to today's show and tell, is an electromagnetic microphone. What? Matt has not seen this yet.
No.
Oh wait. Oh, I have a theory. Keep going.
So we have a wonderful mutual friend named Elise. Hello, Elise.
Hi, Elise.
Hi, Elise.
Elise
seem
knows
nice.
all about soldering and building electronics and helped build this apparatus. This is a microphone that picks up electromagnetic radiation.
What?
So we are surrounded at all times by electronics, which are emitting magnetic fields. Normally, they obviously don't make any sound unless you have the
Well,
right
we can't hear
microphone.
'em.
So
Not listening.
I'm going to turn on this microphone. Any device that we have around us, such as our lights here in studio, or perhaps someone's phone, or this recorder, anything that has electricity and current running through it is generating electromagnetic fields, which all have their own unique and distinct sounds. So this is used in some of my work to collect the weirdest sounds imaginable.
Let's hear it.
So we're hearing right now just sort of bass buzzing, but as we
Oh yeah.
That's the sound that's coming out of here?
So your phone is always emanating insane electromagnetic interference. Yeah, take it and wave it around at things.
Wait.
Let's try the. Oh yeah, please the pizza light.
I like how each one has kind of its own personality.
Yes.
That's practically monastic. What does the microphone cables do?
So this is just routing out
No,
of
I
the
mean
device.
I mean like literally.
So this is just
Yeah.
routing into my recorder, which is amplifying the
Sure.
signal.
Are you asking about the construction?
What kind of sound it would make?
No, but that's good. I'm just curious what the microphone cables, like the R mics, would sound like. But like,
Oh,
but
these.
a description of what it's doing
Well,
is
there's
also
not, there's not a lot of current running through these
What
microphones.
if we run in? Oh yeah, because it's
So these are dynamic mics, which don't have a lot of power running through them.
Can you try the
that's-
camera?
That's
The,
that's
wait,
very,
through the cameras. Ooh, a
Oh, laptop?
Ooh,
Is it on?
but it's sleeping.
It's fairly quiet.
It's the sound of a laptop sleeping.
I'm also a little
Wait,
bit.
it's kind of screaming a little. Wait.
I'm a little wary of like irradiating somebody's hard drive. So
That's very
I
fair.
don't want to.
It is magnetic. It is
You can do that?
Yes, I don't know. It does emit a slight magnetic field through these
Okay, that's probably a
inductors,
bad
so I don't want to get it too
We've
close.
tested
to
it on our phones though, so.
But please, in our few moments, wave it around or yeah, any other weird.
The train is not on, but if the train, we can turn the train on, maybe. There's a Let's
Lava
get
lamp behind you,
Oh, bubble
Zen.
lamp.
Ooh, is there a lava lamp? back
There's a
there?
lava lamp.
Is the
I wanna
lava
hear
lamp
the sound
on?
of a lava lamp.
Let's try it. The lava lamp sounds pretty quiet to me.
It's just a light. Well,
It's
a
just
light
chilling.
how about
Wait, I know this isn't going to work, but can we see if she has any sound coming
Well,
out
take-
of her?
take
Please,
it.
God, no.
Give her a little scan.
Come on, honey.
Shit.
Everyone's expecting.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Damn.
but all around us,
cursed doll.
yeah, all around us
Nothing.
is a strange world of invisible
we got-
radiation.
Whoa, that's a cavern.
Yeah.
Am I doing something wrong?
No, you're
Oh,
not.
it's nothing but right.
It's everything.
I don't know why I would. Oh, feedback! Wait, it's moving!
What the heck?
What?
Try it out.
What?
Look at the speaker.
Wait, do you see that?
So the tiny speaker is vibrating
I mean,
from
it's
the
magnets, right?
electromagnetic radiation.
I think it's just.
You're using the force.
That's way too fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
no.
so we're always surrounded by a world of strange
Trying to
sound,
see which one is
invisible sound.
Ooh, the remote. This is so cool.
Can you click the remote?
You
Is
gotta
it-
turn it on. Oh my god. It's that song.
That
Oh,
is
God.
so
Yeah.
cool.
So we're always surrounded by a world of
I'm right, it's the
invisibly
90s songs
weird
in my head.
noise all around us. Every device, anything has any electric, like motors, like a fan or anyway.
That's amazing.
Sound is cool. We're surrounded by many weird sounds.
You have ruined me.
I'm going to turn that off now. There it is. Electromagnetic sounds all around us.
is the coolest.
I wanna run it by everything I own.
Yeah, you once you have it, taking it all around your home and just like scanning every device,
Well, perhaps you should
everything's.
build one.
Yes,
I-
absolutely.
I will have a friend maybe because I cannot solder.
Yeah.
But, wow.
It's fantastic. We use, it is used and has been used for MIDST stuff, just creating many weird sounds in our strange cosmos. But there's so much cool weird sound
There's
out there,
so
all
much
around
cool,
us,
weird
all
sound.
the time.
It's everywhere.
I love collecting. It's a whole new world of field recording.
All around us.
And there are several sounds that just happen that no one has ever heard before unless they're here. Like it's one of those things where there are things that just happen that are so rare that this is the only place you will ever hear it.
Exactly.
Very exclusive.
Incredible. It is all very weird, you might
It's all
say.
very weird.
It's all
like
pretty
the
weird,
branding.
kids.
It's all pretty weird, kids.
Well, I think this is all the time we're allowed because
so
I'm
sad.
seeing so
I
much
know.
sweat happen back there.
I know, we gotta
and a
let
lot of
you
eye
all go.
contact.
We're just not wanting to let you all
No.
leave. Thank you all so much.
It's been so nice.
Thank you for
This was
having
so
us.
great.
This was fun.
I had so much fun.
I really.
You all are fascinating, so incredibly talented.
No,
Just
you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
And go listen.
Yeah.
Go listen to MIDST, go listen to UNEND, and get ready for season 2.
Moonward, if you like
Because
weird
it's
sound,
sick
we've got
as
more
hell.
of that.
Yes.
Maybe smell-o-vision for the next
Smell-o-vision.
one.
We'll
There
figure
you
it
go.
out.
Yeah. Bye, everybody. It's
Bye,
been
pals.
wonderful.
We love you. Whoa.
Whoa! There's an effect, maybe, but or we're
Or I'm just,
I don't know.
we're just
I mean,
dancing.
Everybody
Dancing.
wiggle for some reason.